Riot Games Arena hoy inicia su camino hacia Champions KRU Visa.
KRU had a phenomenal start to Stage 1. It genuinely felt like things had really started to click for them as a team. Let's see if they come out of the gate swinging, having applied what they learned in Stage 1 to really be able to propel themselves forward in this Stage 2.
You got so many veterans on this squad, guys who have been there, done that, whether it was regionally or it was globally in the case of Sadak as well as Les. And we didn't even really get into Les, which is pretty wild, just how good this lineup is and how many options they have available to them. And whether or not they're able to put it together this stage, that is the question that is on everyone's mind. And as we had noted many times already, Stage 1, so good for this KRU team until it wasn't. Does history repeat itself here again? Or do we see a KRU Visa team that is reinvigorated with new ideas, fresh strategies, and they're ready for the challenge that lies ahead?
E do outro lado, time 100% renovado, buscando seu lugar de volta ao sol. Faz o L, muito barulho pra Loud!
Loud is a team that tasted victory, and that was not enough. They were so close to playoffs last stage, but they are a team willing to keep going and to go all for it. Picking up two rookies here with TKZ and Davi. Davi, by the way, a player who comes from Portugal. Coming from Portugal. This is the first time this has ever happened. He's coming into a Brazilian team speaking Portuguese, an EMEA import on that Sova, and TKZ, who's been flying in Tier 2. Can this team put all of the armaments together to finally see what it takes to go to playoffs? They
know that on the other side of that stage is a formidable squad that's going to be very difficult for them to get past, given that, you know, you have, let's not forget that time that this KRU team were able to put together in that offseason, because they weren't available for kickoff, so they had spent all that time working together, coming up with ideas, strategies, part of the reason why they had such a hot start in Stage 1. But for Loud, hey, they could play spoiler here. They could ruin the day for KRU, for Heat on his re-debut, but let's see the series layout. You got Lotus, you have Breeze, and if necessary, it'll be Sunny Sunset to settle the score. Alexis, how are we feeling about this?
I love the Lotus pick from KRU. I think that's one of Sadak's best maps as far as calling goes. Going into that, I feel like Loud is probably a little bit nervous seeing that and having to call against that as well. Sadak has a really slow, methodical sort of play style. He cuts noise, he cancels a lot, he makes the other team think constantly, so I'm excited to see how Loud deals with that.
They have such a strong wall on defense too in Loud, and I'm also kind of hoping this goes map 3 because I see that sunset at the very end there, and I'm here for the new maps coming back into rotation, or I guess Summit, the new map, and Sunset's coming back, and I really want to see what teams are cooking, so hoping this goes map 3, but you know, I'm still all here for KRU.
Yeah, look, I think the reality is that when you're talking about KRU and that Lotus and the way things start off for them, if they get that really strong start and kind of establish like, hey guys, we never really slowed down, we've been here the whole time, I can see, you know, the young players in Loud just getting a little like frustrated in the moment, right? Having to deal with that, especially a KRU that comes prepared and ready to go. Lots of cool ideas we could potentially see on this Lotus. I am wondering, you know, like how Heat's going to be in this as well. What is he going to be playing? How is he going to try and influence the game with his ideas?
I'm hoping to see Heat take some of the weight, or the heat, I guess, off of Sadak's back here in terms of the calling, help him out a little bit. But also, Sadak has been their top performer on this map, and I want to see another player take over and make this map their own. I know Les also comes to mind. His Viper, as always, was immaculate. I can't imagine seeing this guy not match MVPing here, but I want to see someone else kind of take the reins and help him out.
Yeah, certainly going to need that. It was a thing that they clearly identified coming out of the end of Stage 1, which is part of the reason why they brought Heat back into the fold. Meanwhile, on the Loud side of things, they're certainly going to have some fresh ideas because, as we had mentioned, right, Davi as well as TKZ just being brought into this, they are going to have their own interpretation of how they want to play this. But it's a question, Alexis, of whether or not they are prepared, because you know that this KRU team, they're so good at that prep work prior to these matches.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see going into Breeze, say it goes KRU's way on Lotus. Oh, Agent's coming out.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Neon and Raze. Okay, that's interesting.
Double duelist.
Yeah, little double duelist set up on Lotus. This isn't like...
I'm so happy Heat's on the face. I'm so happy he's on Duelist.
Yeah,
Crew fans rejoice.
yeah, he could have a lot of impact on that agent potentially there. I didn't see what Sentinel were they running? Were they running one?
It was Viper.
Oh, it was
just
Viper.
Viper.
Oh, it was just
So
Viper.
no crazy sense.
Okay,
Yeah, less
okay.
the Viper, always a good pick, and now we're seeing it from Loud.
Ooh, that Vice could potentially be spoiler for the Neon. Might cause a little problems there. What do you guys think about Loud's comp?
I mean, it's not leaning into double duelist. This is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Though. We see a lot of teams just do the single duelist. The Vice and the Viper are incredibly hard to deal with when you're trying to hit the C site from the attacker's POV. So I should be seeing a lot of shutdowns here. It looks like they're really trying to shut down any crazy Sawdog executes.
Yeah, not really wanting to give them an opening or an opportunity is Loud, but Crew Visa knows that they potentially have what it takes to move this one forward. Let's go ahead and dive into the action though, shall we? Map 1 is underway, so let's send it over to your casters. Here's Bran and Sideshow.
There's going to be a lot to dig into, I think, with a series like this. Crew versus Loud, and Sadak and Les versus that former organization of Loud as well. And the last time that Loud was really relevant as an org was when those two players were playing on it as well. And Sadak was talking about it in that piece that we saw just before we even got into this, about how it's like this weird, bittersweet feeling.
Yeah.
Is it as a beautiful moment that he gets to play off against
But
them?
all the names are gone.
All of the
names are different. It is incredible that with Kawanzine now exiting this roster,
Yeah.
there is no player that Sadak played with at all on the other side of the stage. It's brand new. In some sense, though, that's the point for Loud, is that you're investing into this newer, more upcoming talent, especially, I think, epitomized by Tikazine, who is on loan right now and has been lighting up the Tier 2 world as a duelist. This was the bread and butter map for Crew when we last saw them across those early weeks.
Oh, okay.
But Dante's gone insta.
Yeah. Potentially overzealous with the peak there, but it's Luke Shutter punishes, and it calls for a bit of a pause now. Lesto, deep push up here in through out of B. Slide off angle. We'll see if this even acknowledged. He's already caught. Bullet to the temple there, but he's going to be traded, regardless of all of it. Spotting signs of life on either side.
Yeah, both of these Viper players are going to be aggro, believing in their own aim. They're phenomenally talented players.
I'll find you.
Davi's going to be looking to see if he can apply a bit of a pressure, but Horn's going to be dodged for now and out. MW is going to be realizing this is all fake pressure. It's not going over towards A. Deep mound control.
Oh, look at the incredible
just
play
a deep
from
push.
MW. MW and Sadak both walking out. This is not based on noise from Loud over towards B, but they're just willing to take the risk.
Over the wall. And skip straight over it. I don't know. They may
They
have
heard-
heard
they
it.
heard
Yeah,
it.
they did. A sound cue, and now they're going to be turning around. So Loud taking that out already. Massive player advantage now. It's good paranoia. It's going to go either way. Sadak looking to see if he can even things out. Damage being done. Suddenly 2v2. Plan still needs to go down here. Just exiting as that door closes down. And Heat might get an opportunity to shine. Already knows what his players potentially are. Taking a peek. 2 bullets left though into that Sheriff. And it's Davi who's going to be punishing. 9 HP, it's all Sadak has got to work with. In a spot like this, it's Erdy with a swing. Old versus a new when it comes to the IGLs. Loud on top of the pistol.
Well dealt with. And you saw Heat there with his opportunity to make impact happen. He's a player I'll be keeping such an eye on for this game. Especially because adding into this roster, it seems like they now have more inclination to go towards double duelist comps, even on maps where they weren't previously playing it. I mean, Silence was playing duelist for them. He was playing the Phoenix on plenty of these maps. But this is one where Crew had stuck extremely solidly to a solo duelist approach, running the Vice and the Viper, playing the meta comp.
Yeah.
We don't normally see teams play double duelist without a Sentinel on this map. The teams that we saw at London playing the double duelist were running a Vice, for example, instead of the Viper. So it is actually a bit of a weird comp and a weird swap for the map that Crew were the best at.
Bit of a dominance, really.
Especially early.
Yeah, early on. Before they kind of got figured out in terms of that style, the contacty play where they would burst out and through. With Dante leading the charge. Dark is going to be hearing all of this. What is that? Just a ghost in hand.
That's talent.
Yeah, it's nice stuff. Now they're obviously going to be able to get this plan down. They can min-max. Look to build up towards the showstopper.
That's one of the things that this Loud roster is not lacking at all. Talent. Raw talent. I think they've indexed very heavily into that. They were rough around the edges last stage and inconsistent. I think that is definitely something the desk were talking about it. That's something you could have leveled as a very fair criticism. But the players that they had, I mean, even right, Verti isn't on the team anymore. He's been replaced by Tikazim, but, you know, Verti was that guy when he was playing in Tier 2, and he certainly showed flashes of it. Just couldn't always put together those big performances one after another. But to me, I'm looking for a mature approach from Loud as well. Can they keep their head on their shoulders when they're in a difficult position? Or if they're in an advantage spot, can they always close out these rounds? In order to beat a team that's playing well, those are the kind of next steps for a squad like this.
And it's an interesting one to dive into stage 2 with, seeing both of these teams, because they are trying to reinvent themselves. It is nice.
The second shot.
Yeah, just a prediction. What player going to be swinging through? It's nice stuff. But two teams that they are looking to see if they can not necessarily completely reinvent themselves, but a bit of a switch up, right? It's like almost back to school vibes. They're just reinventing to a degree, but bringing in some new players, new compositions.
Well, Luxio went aggressive in the previous round on the pistol. Took down Dante immediately.
Yeah. Every snake going to be thrown out. This is a bit of a scrap occurring over towards the mound area. A lot of damage done, and finally a kill claim. Sadak to get the one earlier, though, prior, so it's traded out. No almond smokes on either side here.
Tikazim was given plenty of attempts to be able to get that one done.
Yeah, there's no messing around here from Loud, though. They are straight in there. Looking to disrespect all the way through. Didn't have to worry about necessarily any Sentinel util, and still squaring up for the fight. This is Loud that are just picking apart this KRU squad. Finding it difficult to get too much done, but there's Les immediately announcing himself. Good kill to be found and claimed onto Darker.
Just knowing those angles, being able to get the wall back spam.
Spike planted.
Plan is down, though. Loud themselves, they've got 3 rifles in their hands, despite the fact that this is the bonus, so danger here just comes down to that first shot accuracy. Going to be quick with it. Les. Only needed 1 bullet to the chest to really do some damage there, but still up towards the top. It's going to be Les immediately taken out! Dante! Lovely slide to the side and a even greater transfer off the end of it. KRU were pushed into a difficult position here. I mean, we were talking, I think roughly is what a desk also touching on the compositions that are being played. No Vice is unusual for this map.
I think it's going to make it harder for them to win a lot of rounds on the defense side. This comp in particular does seem very heavily attack side.
They were hard pressed. I mean, you could see it Loud. Normally teams have got to slow it down really before they go into the C hits.
I think that's an example as well of Dante adjusting the way that he plays the Neon after the nerfs. Instead of leaping in there with his dash to be the first guy in, he actually traded out his players with the slide once they got information from MW.
Yeah.
Luxio's picked up an operator here.
It's okay.
It's mad, but he's holding very specifically for that jump peak.
He knows how his KRU like to play on his defense. A lot of emphasis being placed over towards A rubble.
I mean, it's another one of those moments, actually, where the Neon nerf may have come through, because you would be a little bit quicker in that spot. Having said that, Luxio knew exactly what he was waiting for.
Yeah.
The anticipation makes that shot a lot easier to hit, but it's still very impressive.
Very controlled by Loud so far. And they've come into this map with a very, very clear game plan. Hold over towards A rubble, though. We'll have to go over the goods here. Sadak, he's definitely brave, but look at that movement. It's beautiful stuff. No easy target in sight from Loud. On ice skates the entire time when they're scrapping and looking to take these fights. Heat looking to see if he can take a time and potentially Prowler. A lot of you two are going to be missing him here, but surely you're going to imagine he's going to be cleared out there. Satchels skating past, but that is good with the reaction times. That's head popped off. Dabby down, along with a spike, but Luxio's straight there from behind and he's able to be that supportive element. Look at that, 4-piece for him. Beautiful work.
I spoke earlier about maturity, about coming in with game plans that are not hot-headed, and I think that's a brilliant round to showcase it. You're playing against a team that's got double duelist, no sentinel, so what are they going to be lacking? Information on defense. They don't have the wall to be able to rely on. They don't have the stall power. They've got to be peeking you. They've got to be pushing you. The op is perfect to deal with that. The slow pace is perfect to deal with that. It's a great game plan coming out from the coach and from Erde. And the way that Luxio executes it, immaculate. They've downloaded KRU within the first few rounds.
Yeah. It's despite the fact that we haven't seen these teams in quite a while. We saw evidence of that where KRU were getting figured out towards the tail end of stage 1. Playoffs especially. Now, not with a lot of guns to work with here. Les might be caught out, but just about really scurries away from that situation. I'm sure also scared to really see if he can take charge over towards A Rubble, even though he is very much alone.
If Luxio keeps feeling like he has more and more space in Rubble, KRU can catch him in one of these rounds by doing a trap play, but this is probably not the one.
No.
Without guns in hand.
So cautious. Just Loud trying to ensure that they don't really just run into any sort of stack.
And Tikazine starting to get his feet underneath him here. Is going to be able to get the plant and a showstopper online. That'll be brilliant for the next. Though Heat with the death will also have his own. So now the ults are going to start to come into play for round 6 with the rifles back.
Yeah, it's big ones.
I think, to be honest, as KRU here, you could send Heat in, but the others probably just want to die to the spike because you don't want to be giving Luxio and Darker their ults. Davi as well. We'll see where they go from there.
Real flowchart Valorant being occurred here. TP onto the top of the box. Players on either side. That is ridiculous stuff. The shots from Sadak. He's able to at least take the head. The Tikazine straight off. And now time ticking though. What is the call here for KRU? What is the play? Dashing all the way forwards. No real attempt here, or no real chances for them to be able to get this defused now. It's just all about bleeding out the damage, but they are feeding the potential war chest of ultimates. And we'll go down to the spike towards the end, but
yes,
kind of called it. It's Darker now has built up to his own, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
so did Davi as well. Davi did with a death, I believe. So they're only missing Luxio's ult. KRU desperately need an adjustment right here. Now, whether that comes in the form of attack timeout, or if it's just Sadak with his huge amount of experience IGLing. Most of it coming, or at least the highest success of it coming for the org opposite him. Yeah, there it is. That's the tag timeout being called.
Casual press of the button.
Yeah, it's very a student of the game.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
He's scribbling down notes furiously and then turns around just to calmly press the button. But yeah, KRU absolutely need an adjustment here. Loud are running a slow-paced game that's baiting KRU into over-peaking as they look for information around the map. And now the ults are going to throw an extra layer into things.
Yeah, it's going to be even more difficult, I think, to try and find a solution. But you're right. I mean, it's as well, the composition does kind of tie your hands in terms of the way that you have to play with it. As you mentioned, no Vice. You don't have that benefit of having passive map control with your util up, the stall potential. You do have to fight for space.
Yeah.
With double duelists, you really do.
Or you have to give one of these sites and play it for retake. That is another option that KRU could index towards. But considering the fact that they've gone for an operator here, I kind of doubt that they're going to be playing heavy for retake around the map. It feels more like they want to get Heat posted somewhere and then use that positioning, that information to stack bodies elsewhere. Let's see what they go for. Not opting into the punish on Luxio over towards Rubble.
No.
Luxio's still going to have his run of the game over here.
A bit more spread out here from Loud. Doesn't look like they have an all-in objective early on, but DP main control.
Oh, faking like it's a Rubble fight. I like that idea.
We'll see how this one gets taken. Heat with that operator is locked onto that B main avenue, so it's going to be getting constant information for them, but it's always a good leaving A open.
It's always a good idea after the tag timeout, though, to fake like you're doing something else. So KRU have got Loud really thinking that this was some level of an A trap play, maybe even.
Always potential there. One gets broken. Potentially only seeing signs of life from Luxio, but they are calling for the rotations. Dante immediately moving in alongside Heat. In position here.
Heat's the player to watch. Whether he goes for the peak or whether he just tries to stop the hit coming through with the showstopper.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? The longer that Loud take, the worse it might get for them. They do have ults of their own. See if they can make a play, but there's a punish. Look at that. Perfect peak. Ray's Nemesis taken out, and alongside it with the ults, massive value to be found. Thorns with a back a drop. This is KRU. Prime's now ready to pounce. Jumping on the chance now to see if they can get involved towards this one. Scattering to the side. Somehow are they just avoiding the eye of the showstopper. Now moves forwards, but less happy with the cleanup now. Deep in terms of the swing. Darker. Look to see if he can at least take one more fight. But that is a beautiful adjustment. But MW just plays off all that pressure and space that was created off of Dante. Wonderful work, and Luxio surely is going to be finished off here. If he didn't grab it, it's probably going to be less.
It's a good tag timeout coming from KRU at the perfect time to be able to get them back into this game. Loud, already their initial game plan was excellent, and KRU needed that adjustment. The operator purchase, it could not have been at a better time. Tikazine with the showstopper trying to open up the A site, and he shuts him down. That's the crucial element to this round. Listen, if they're going to get that level of value out of him, I'm happy to see him on the duelist. It is going to tie their hands a little bit in terms of what they can do, but the guy's really talented. He's somebody that we've seen play for KRU in the past. I remember watching him playing Fade here when that was a role swap for him.
Yeah.
And being really surprised at how great he looked on that second entry.
In 2024.
Which is weird to even talk about Fade being a second entry, but you know, he's just throwing his util in and then running in and gunning people down. That was the style of Fade that Heat was playing at the time. A pretty aggressive one. You know, when people like Narrate were also making their names on that agent.
This time, that's a horn that's gone a little bit too deep here, so Heat is not going to be pushed off the perch. Still sit up top here, but that boombot, that's unfortunate. No one really wants to contest this one on the attack side. Louder looking to set a sight into a different direction. KRU constantly moving a big pack of players at all times here, looking for a re-clear over towards B main to get some information, but they're going to be hearing a lot of this util being used over towards Mound, but still contact plays.
And at any point, there could be an op-v-op fight over here. Although
Door's going to be opening up. They want to try and see if they can clash onto this one. That's a cacophony of kills that didn't see too much of it, but goes the way of Loud.
It was KRU that wanted that fight.
Yeah, it was. They flipped the switch.
And now Heat's probably going to give away the gun as well. Oh, there goes the op that he probably would have liked to keep.
Yeah.
Loud answer back immediately with a really another very controlled round. They are just slowly taking parts of the map away from KRU. KRU feel like they have to fight, and Loud slap them down.
Yeah, forcing the issue.
We'll have a look at it in the replay as well, but like we said, it was KRU that wanted this engagement.
Door opened up, and they were just ready for it.
I mean, also, they've got full ability to look at the double door there, or the swinging door, sorry, because they got the pick on less immediately.
Yeah.
So now they know there's no pressure coming from side. It's less of a crossfire when less goes down.
Shadows traveling. KRU definitely having difficulties here. Got to find a way to turn this around. The controlled pace of Loud, and now getting a little bit more explosive still, just with the Sheriff in hand. It's not really quite enough. Sadak, that rifle trained into the right direction, but there's no messing around at all from Tigazin. Straight in there. Through onto the seaside again, no worries at all at being stopped and stunted.
Luxia not connected with the rest of the team to be able to put the pit down in the post. So maybe KRU could still cause a couple of issues here.
Two players lurking.
Yeah, it's really odd.
It's a bit weird.
As soon as they manage to reconnect with the pack, it should be locked up for Loud.
Now being delayed. KRU get hard pressed now. Can see the wall sent flying up alongside that Prowler. Gets the acknowledgement towards the back of the site. Trying to play this one crossed. But Dark just swinging out wide from Waterfall. Barely the elbow poking out. It's enough for Heat to claim the kill. Looking for a second one. Nice adjustment. Needs to keep this op intact.
I mean, he looks snappy with it, but the chances of him having impact in the round have only come when it was already over.
Yeah. This is really, really tough guy. Still looking good, though.
Dude, he looks nasty. I think Loud have got the perfect game plan. Move away from this guy.
Yeah. Avoid Heat at all costs.
And they're still generating those opening picks. They're still being able to get into post-plant positions. And Dante is struggling, man. On the retake here, Dante never found an opportunity to be able to do his classic of being able to engage on. I mean, look, he just gets picked off jumping away from the action.
He's perfectly happy throwing his life into the maw, I think, as long as there's a bit of a follow-up, but I'm not seeing it so far on this map.
Well, it's just a lot harder now as well to throw your life in as Neon in the same way that Dante used to.
Yeah.
He was the guy who abused the jumping movement.
Jumping, movement speed of it.
I would say even more than Dambi. His game revolved around the specific stuff that Riot ended up nerfing about Neon.
And it's still so damn controlled. I mean, Loud. They're never going to rush into anything. Always going to take their time with it. They understand that the emphasis is placed onto KRU.
Now this could get funky.
Yeah. Give him this wall just across up. Loud are grouped up. Dante does have an ult in the back pocket with the overdrive. Sticking for now, but he's just okay. Missed that one. We were saying it the other day, but those walls, they are client side. Don't know what he was seeing on his screen, but it was Luke should have got the better of it.
Go, go, go.
Dante just trying to see if he can retreat a little bit in exchange of the guns, but again, it's still just contact plays. Slowly creeping into space, whatever they can take at this point. Nato flies forward, now a bit of util to go and accompany it alongside MW. Onto the angle, but now he's going to be drifting all the way back. Tigazin, really aggressive, straight up into heaven here.
Good patience, though, to back it up and play with the team.
Yeah. Or he's drifting in and out of these fights, making it awkward. They're calling for the cancel. It was a tap and a plan, and it's pulled ults out entirely. What the hell is going on here? Tigazin Caught out into the open here, but with 20 seconds remaining, it is an open A side that was called for. Fight to be taken into heaven. Erde was alone, though. Just traded instantly.
Again, Luxio's not with the team to provide a pit, so this is going to be a 3v3 with open sight lines.
Weird. Weird circumstances. Walls are up, time is ticking. Jump spot there, gets the acknowledgement again with that double face. These kills traded out once more. 2v2 now. Instant retreat back to Tree. We'll see what they can do from that position, but Luxio slowly making his way back up onto the sides. Valorant hand not good enough for that one. It's a lot of damage done though, but it does just leave it up to Davi. Horns broken and the counter spam is perfect. Less. 3 kills in a round for him. Secures one up, a critical one here for KRU.
A squeak of a round for KRU as they get back in with the A retake. They completely had no idea that that A to B back to A pivot had happened. They fade ulted a single player there because they thought the plant was coming through on B. And yet they still managed to come back in on the A site, pick off these players that were just a little disconnected from Loud. But I gotta say, I am impressed with the way that Erde's calling. He's putting the squeeze on Sadak. Do you remember the desk talking just earlier about how Sadak likes to cut noise, deny a lot of information from the opponents, pump fake a ton? Well, Erde's doing just as well as Sadak ever did on this map.
He's doing it as one of the youngest players on his squad. An instant fight to be taken. The horn is not dealt with. It does light up these players on either side, but it is still a 4v4. Whoa! What a shot, MW. He's tired. Losing control over towards A to Luxio now. We're going to see this one sent again. Full throttle. Showstopper. That's a kill claimed inside that smoke. DTP now. Sadak looking to cut up these angles. But again, calling for the pause. And now the Steel Guardian is going to be unleashed. It's going to reciprocate. It's going to slow this one down. It's just that sidearm's going to be pulled out for these players. But Sadak's position accounted for now. It's Ante trying to twist and turn. MW. The reset of the aim is not enough. But it's all MW here. Not messing around. He's tired of it.
MW just decided to take the game into his own hands. Really brilliant round from him. But it took individual excellence. This shot onto Luxio. The operator is definitely favored in that situation, I think. But you know, most of the time, Luxio's been on it for those kills. It takes something special for MW to get past it. But the economy for Loud is now starting to take a squeeze, and KRU have got a way back into this game.
Yeah.
They've put 2 rounds together now. I've got the gap to 2.
Despite all odds, still we're seeing Loud take this one again, fast over towards C.
No help.
It's a pit that's going to be layered down just with the Judge in hand. They were trying to walk all the way up into that, but as the decay kicks in, the Judge is the right tool for the job.
That's very ambitious from Loud. Not jumping into it, not using any util. I mean, not even leading with the haunt there.
It's a ton of contact plays here. Bit of spam as well. Helps out. Dixon's going to be taken out. Bullets firing rapidly on either side.
A win in this round might just look like Heat using his ultimate, at least from the perspective of Loud, sorry. If they can, in a 3v5, force out the showstopper, they'll be feeling pretty good about their chances of still having the lead at the half.
Will be a silver lining if they can manage it. MW, though!
He's activated.
Sharp is the form. Activated the right word for it. Davi, the newcomer to this squad.
Is that what we're expecting our Fade players to do?
Yeah, apparently. Running away with it. Okay. Les is going to be playing off of all that now. Flawless here for KRU. And just shy of 1 round now between these squads. KRU have done a pretty phenomenal job, I would say, coming back into this one when it felt like Loud were in complete control.
I think this one was a bit of a gimme. I mean, Loud are willing to take a couple more risks because they are on a half buy. But Erde kind of threw his life away there, just trying to take a timing into the pit. Not the best round that Loud have put together. But this one defines who's going to be taking the lead at the half. Is it going to be even for KRU, or is it going to be an advantage for Loud?
That's a lot of util going to be thrown over towards that A lobby area. We'll see if there's that reaction. Les is very brave. He's alone, spamming into this smoke, ensuring that nobody can play off the back of it, but he concedes the space for now.
Incredibly brave. Walking up there completely solo. If he loses his life, C is open.
Does make it feel like there's more players here, though, but now ult's going to be committed, and it's going to be spelling out a pretty clear picture of what is going to be waiting them. Nade's going to be sailing off towards the back along with the Paranoia. It's a good amount of util. Carves out a path over towards the C side, but this is still players in position. Potentially, Les is taken out. That sword's Back of CT.
Yeah, that's a stunner of a shot.
Interesting pit as well. It's going to be cutting out into the one section. Showstopper. Heat.
Could be amazing.
He's hunting for it. Looking for targets at TP. That was early, trying to escape most of it, but just ended up handing over the kill regardless.
There was a bunch of players all grouped up there trying to keep the pit alive. Luxio did. But the plant is going to be a big problem to get down.
Yeah, they still don't have access towards it. No extension into the round yet, but it all comes down to the gunfires here. Darker collecting kills. Luxio will see if he's accounted for onto this corner. The clearance in their minds. Dante punished. Sharp is the reaction times. Even better here from Loud. Sadak now. Hefty task in front of him. Not able to overcome most of it there. So 7-5, that's the half that we're looking at. Loud doing well here with a 2-round lead.
They absolutely earned that lead. They win the pistol and they go, you know, fairly even after that. But I think they were the team that came in with a better game plan, a really mature way of being able to handle the information game and put pressure onto KRU's comp. But KRU do have an attack-sided composition. The double duelists are now going to be able to flex a little bit.
Yeah, it should be a more favored side for them. We'll see what KRU have got cooking and up their sleeves on the other side of this.
The KRU team is scary and continues to be really scary. Sadak, I know that last stage didn't really go your way towards the end, so what are some of the things that changed from that playoffs to now to make sure that you guys win and make it to champions?
I would say we have much more confidence in ourselves than the last split. And yeah, we've been grinding super hard. We have a fresh start now. We hit, and yeah, we're feeling great, confident.
Okay, thank you so much.
Second half here of Lotus underway, and we're going to be getting into things here, and we'll see how much of a difference a 2-round lead might make here for Loud, because KRU did a pretty phenomenal job of being able to squeak back into the game, scraping together a couple of rounds here and there. Now, we're expecting, I suppose, as well with the composition that they're playing, that this is going to be the more favored side for them. Double duelists on attack, you know, the emphasis placed towards them, not feeling the pressure like they were on defense to try and constantly push and get information.
And especially with the fact that their comp hasn't got that that traditional Sentinel. They've opted for the Viper instead. And that means that they can still get back into A on those mid-round timings. Whereas a lot of the teams that play double duelist kind of have to opt into the rubble fight early, because otherwise they have no way of going back towards A in the late round. So I think this KRU comp has got all the tools it needs to be able to play slow, but also to be able to pop into sites. And they've already managed to get up 5 on defense with, considering how good the game plan was from Loud, that tack timeout that Zonic took to be able to put a couple rounds together and come up with a game plan round 9, 10, 11 might have just saved KRU. Yeah. A lot of this could come down to the pistol.
I see that timer pause, and you know what that means, yeah.
The people love it. We had to give them one.
Oh,
the Pulsar Technica.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They do.
My co-cast says hit his head on something. Yeah,
when I was a young child.
That explains some things.
I'm going to be keeping a real focus here in the attack half, looking at Dante's Neon. Because he's 3-9 currently. He's one of those players that I think early on for KRU looked like he had the Neon down pat.
Yeah.
So good. The way that he was jumping onto people, abusing that mid-air movement, wiggling through his Neon wall to be able to get punishes onto anchor players. All of that stuff in the previous stage was excellent, and a lot of that has now been nerfed. And my big question is, how is he going to adapt to it?
That's the question.
In the retakes, I'm not sure I have an answer for you, Brent, so far, because what I was seeing was he hasn't really adapted to it, and he was struggling.
I was noticing he was very disconnected.
Yes.
Wasn't a lot of players behind him, but we are getting back into the action. Okay, it was a short pause. I like that.
And maybe he just needed to be on the attack side. Maybe they've put more thought into the ways in which Dante and Heat are going to ping-pong off each other on attack pops.
Let's see it then. Time ticking down onto the pistol. I have an interesting setup here. 3 players essentially over towards the A side, ready to respond to any sort of pressure, but it's slow going from KRU. They don't want to give anything away. Fully contacting. Sheriff in a hand of less, looking to see if he can take first contact. First point of it at least. Deep Prowler to re-clear from Loud, looking for information, but now a stack of bodies and a re-clear cord ball. And that's it, the curtain drops. It's a bloodbath occurring. KRU heading out on top. Luxio desperate to get away, and he just about does.
I mean, it's that classic death ball from KRU, though, that comes out on top, really. Less with the Sheriff doing tons of body shot damage. And they've been left with 3 players that still have full HP.
Yeah.
I think KRU will be very happy about that, even though it was Loud that wanted to take the fight.
That's what I mean. It was Loud's wall that went down. They chose the timing there. They were the ones who punished.
Similar to the fight that went the opposite direction over towards Mound a few rounds ago.
Yeah, we'll see it now. Fast going over towards the seaside. Now Luxio is in position.
And Erda has paranoia.
He could potentially play spoiler with the util ready. Spike planted. Bullets whistling here. Anticipating the reswing, but Sadak's there with a trade regardless. And we're seeing Erda making a good go of things here. It does reveal, I know exactly where he is. Even more util where that came from. The paranoia is good for it. Deep smoke. Lays it all the way down here, but a double face will do the job. And that is KRU. Critical pistol round, should be able to drag it to level now.
I think KRU will be feeling really good about their chances. 6-7 down, sure, but with a double duelist comp, heading onto the attack side. Luxio did what he could as the wall dropped there. But it's Les who tops the scoreboard. Both of the Vipers, in fact, though, having a great game.
Yeah.
Fun to watch the battle between them.
Iconic.
Old guard versus the new.
Exactly, right? Haven't really touched on that too much, but Les really pioneered so much on Viper for the longest time.
There's so many great comparisons you can make between these 2 teams. And Les and Luxio are absolutely 2 of those. But, you know, I also think about Sadak and Erda.
Yeah. Old versus the new in many, many ways here between these 2 squads.
There's a long tradition in these Brazilian organizations of getting LATAM players to come in IGL for them. Started with Sadak.
Yeah.
And Erda is following a similar path himself.
Well, there's players in position here from Lau, but they don't really have the guns to do too much more in terms of damage. And it's not Heat that you want to be giving these kills to, realistically. He's now only 3 away from the showstopper.
Yeah, going to be able to get the plant down as
down
well.
2, make it 2.
I mean, this is a powerful snowball
that
KRU is starting to develop here.
I'm struggling here. Bandit. Potential. Luxio could do some damage. But Heat's going hunting.
Everyone is one shot.
Yeah.
If a player like Luxio, whose aim is that good, there's a chance that some bodies could hit the floor, but they've also not really heavily invested into the round. You look at KRU's economy. There's only a couple of players that full board.
Yeah. Davi hoping that he's going to be going down to the spike here, spotting these players out. Luckily, Heat is nowhere near.
Yeah, why is Heat not trying to push Davi in this spot?
Not too sure. Not too sure.
He's only got a Marshal. It's not like he wants to save it. He's just wandered around looking for Luxio, I think.
He's trying to sniff out where Luxio was, but Luxio retreated long ago, so...
Lost his scent entirely.
That is honestly not too bad. I was a little bit worried when Heat was collecting up all of them.
Yeah.
But he's still 2 away, so it's not exactly like they can build up a game plan here for the bonus.
Yeah, it's pretty... I mean, you might be able to pull it off in your ranked games, but it's pretty unlikely in a pro game that you can pick up both orbs.
Yeah.
So I doubt that's going to happen. They might give him the plant, though, to try to get something cooking in the post plant. Stop a retake from happening. Oh, we're going to see some kind of fast B split through A, maybe?
Yeah, potentially. It's been pretty slow going from KRU. We'll say. They've taken their time with a lot of this.
They've definitely got the comp, though, that can turn up the tempo at any moment.
I mean, the spike is in no man's land, so whatever they are planning, it's probably not going to be quite quick. Just looking for reactions, really. Very deep position. C-mount control. It's all there for Loud.
Neither team has wanted to take a rubble fight on defense or even like re-clear rubble on defense.
Strange game, really.
It is. It's very, very slow. Lots of respect being shown.
That's tepid between the two teams here. The door's going to be opening up. This is going to apply pressure. Luke Show.
Oh, what a timing.
He's taking a timing straight past it, potentially. He's slipped his way past the door, but there's no real targets. Now, everybody moving their way over towards the B side, but real potential still as the wall fades away. We get past this one into the B side. It is open. Blue room control. Again, essential. Ricochet there from the snake bite. Paranoia is going to be connecting, though. Immediate retreat. Good control, though, from KRU.
Bird has got his own paranoia to try to put some pressure on Les as well. Starting to open the door.
Beautiful. Clean first shot here, and Luke Shaw just making it awkward as well to make sure that they can clear him out. He's alone. He just knows that he has to distract and contain for the rest of his team to get involved here. Daka pushed out of the picture momentarily here, but it just does create that space and buys time for Tigers in. Only to one. Sadak just ducking and weaving in and out, but that is perfectly played off of each other's pressure. Loud onto the retake here. They're dominating. It's wonderful work for them, Les. Looking to see if he can hunt down a couple of these heads. Davi sticking. Barely gets it there.
Oh, you have the feeling there that if Les had a couple more bullets in the bag, there could have been a problem. But credit on the other end of things, Luke Show, both Vipers are putting on a fireworks spectacle. Luke Show got bullied out of Blue Room and still managed to keep the pressure on the entire time. Played the rest of his team in.
It's very good, at least communication, I think, as well. Understood his role.
Yeah. Being able to kill 2 players there, NW and Heat.
Yeah.
Incredible as well for all of the old heads to see NW and Heat playing on the same team together.
Wait, I mean, it's a great point.
That's an outrageous 2021 throwback.
Yeah, if this was 2021, I mean, we would be going crazy.
Yeah. Brazilian super team?
Yeah, wait a minute.
They got the 2 best Jet players together?
Platch had episode 4.
Yeah.
Might have been an episode, I can't remember, but we'll see here. KRU, they're very much gathered up here. Full pack mentality because they know they're up against the E-Coda. Showing a lot of respect to it. I mean, you're committing ults against this when you know it's the weaker buy of Loud. Crazy work, really. MW left to plug up the gaps in the potential flank. Prowler connects, tapping straight down, though. Rifle in hand.
To be honest, though, I don't think they do know that it's the weaker buy of Loud Brand. Because
they could have forced, right?
Yeah, I mean, Loud having been able to win the previous round, I think KRU are thinking they would have gone for it.
That's a good point.
It is kind of wild to see them win the round and then eco.
Close. Into the corner here. It's Les. Makes them pay.
It's almost never a good decision to go for something like that. But the bonus was just so good from KRU, and the damage done towards the end of the round so powerful from Les that Loud felt like they had to do it.
Yeah. Still a silver lining for them then that the ult was expended, but
yeah,
a bit more understandable.
But this is going to draw the actual scoreline level.
Yeah, 8-8. And it's been, honestly, not what I was expecting at all. The KRU style of play on Lotus, historically, when they were getting their wins, was very much picking their timings, fighting as a pack of 3 players, with Dante being the tip of the spear. And so far, both of these teams have just been taking it so controlled, slow, methodical.
I think that was also part of the way that Sadak liked to call.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they would deathball around, but they would deathball slowly.
It was a lot of contacty, but then exploding out, right?
Dante's still only with those 3 kills to his name, by the way, but the rest of the squad has been able to get stuff done.
Been struggling with the adjustments, changes to Neon.
This could be a change in tempo.
Yeah.
4-player stack walking up on B, ready to pop.
All the way up there. There is a vice wall into your face, but you're going to be flipping the door open now.
Just kidding.
Take a listen in momentarily. Let's see what's up.
Mano, acho que eu cachoeira a gente abre chuta.
Hello, por favor, pra pontar aberto.
Eu banco cachoeira. Peraí, sai, que eu vou bancar cachoeira. Banca. 1, 2, banquei. Tá, só fica aqui, Hello.
Mantém aberto.
Fica Hello aqui, mano.
Plantamos aberto, vamos jogar pra trás? Não, Hello não, Dante.
Ó, tenta aberto. Peraí, cachoeira.
Guys, o plant tá bom. Vamos jogar por favor pra esse.
Tô fudido aqui.
Tá, eu vou jogar na spike, você tá muito fudido mesmo, tio.
E abrir, joga a cachoeira rápido.
Não vai ter nada costa. Tá,
não tenho mod. Não tenho HE.
Tá.
Saiu. O cara perto. Esse.
Guys, esse.
Baixou. Tem HE agora, calma.
Dá pra ganhar.
Um lá em cima e um embaixo, o Ritão.
Tá te marcando.
Não vai defusar.
Last player standing.
Ai, mano.
Ai, Léo, você não confiou em mim, mano. Não.
And that is an absurd turn of events there from Loud. Getting the fuse in the end. I was a little bit worried when they flipped open the door and Heat was just taking over.
Yeah, that was a 5v3 at some point in that round. They found the opener here on Dante. Then they picked off Sadak as well, who was isolated. And then almost let that massive advantage slip away.
One enemy remaining.
As Heat just found timings on them over and over. But it's a tier 2 lone player who does it. The KRU Spark player who's coming up and playing against KRU. A dagger to the back. A 2 to Kazin.
There's a pit to open. There's a lot of presence from Loud over towards C. Heavy reinforcements, really. David was just holding for the haunt timing, a bit delayed into the round. Wall's going to be fading. Kazin. Potentially overcommitting into a spot like this. He's going to be able to get out. He does have a satchel potentially. That is a whiff onto the nade. My God, he's doing more damage to himself than the enemies are. Stuns there. Satchel's up towards the top. Now he can't get out of there. Surely going down. An attempted a bailout as well as the fight is taken forwards. Still a 4v4.
Yeah, to be honest, his team did a decent job there of at least making him go 1-for-1.
Out a knife for Erde. Just skip straight past that one, yes. So he's got all of his senses towards it. But now with that Prowler, it's going to be taken away once more. We're going to see it moving forwards, but all the way from the back. It's Darker activating, attempting there with a spray control. There's a lot of damage done. They clean up potentially now with Davi. Straight there, still trying to keep control towards backside. The plant making it awkward for KRU. The squeeze on them. 2v3. Bonus is definitely placed onto their shoulders. They've got to get this plant down, but they can't find a safe position to play in.
They're surrounded.
They really are. I don't know which way to play. MW holding for now, and it's very controlled in terms of his aim. Calm in the moment. 19 seconds left. Still going for the tap there, but revealed up by the haunt. We'll have to deal with it now. Trail's pointing towards it, but less covering it all.
Well, that's experience for you. Lesson MW. Navigate that situation immaculately. They were utterly surrounded. A player heaven, a player pit, and one covering the flank. But the only advantage of being surrounded like that is that if you can tap the spike and lure out 1v1s, there's not going to be crossfires. There's not going to be people able to swing off each other. It is going to be a series of 1v1s. And they baited all 3 players into 3 separate ones. Les has now taken the lead in terms of this battle between the 2 Vipers. 21-11 for Les.
That's unreal.
Over the course of 18 rounds, pretty excellent. I mean, no slouch on the other side too. Luxio and Kazim with 16 and 15 kills respectively. They are doing fine. It's just that Les has taken over. He's got 7 times as many kills as Dante. It's mad. Like the kill differential on the team is crazy.
Wasn't expecting that.
No.
Was not expecting that at all. 9-9 between these teams.
It's a bit worrying if Les at any point takes his foot off the gas pedal though, because KRU are relying on him so heavily.
It's a timeout taken. All that pressure that's been applied here. Back and forth we go between these 2 squads. Money potentially for a couple of bits and pieces, some shares in the hands of the Loud players.
A reminder that Loud won round 15 and ecoed round 16.
Yeah.
And then it's just been back and forth, so they're on minimum loss bonus, and they've got nothing to be able to work with here. So their money has been under so much more pressure than KRU's. That's why you're getting this situation coming up again.
It's given ins here for this KRU squad. Again, fight to be taken at Haunt. It's broken for now. Pot shots here by Erde. We'll have to respect this now. He's going to be hearing a lot of footsteps coming his way. Crossing over the sand. Call again for the pause.
KRU make a lot of noise there. It's a long-range Thorns that's been thrown.
Yeah. They don't have players on the other side of the map. Smoke dissipates. Hold on. Spotting it now. There's plenty of players here waiting. A lot of Utah. Oh my God!
Look at the assists on that.
Yeah, I mean, they just turned into pink mist. That is unbelievable. Valorant moment, prime.
Yeah.
And now just a hold here, anticipating there's going to be that repeat. Loud looking for information. KRU aware of the fact as well that the money Could have been potentially a force into this round, but unlikely. Now they've seen what Loud had to offer.
Sadek does love going for the re-hits, though, when he cuts noise like this.
He's going to be going for a calling for at least with that TP. Put up now. Boombot catches that Prowler. There it is. Dante gets involved a little bit more.
You've seen him normally in the previous stage, he'd be sliding into people, now sliding away from people to be able to get that angle.
Marshall getting some significant damage done, but no kills claimed. It's Heat in the end, ready to mop it up, and these ults now starting to get online, collected up here for this KRU team, and now a 1-round lead.
Yeah, this is looking really dangerous for Loud. The fact that KRU have been able to pick up the pistol, do so much damage on the bonus, is still having lasting effect, both on the economy and on the ult. KRU can put together a pretty simple round here that revolves around Heat's showstopper, and there isn't that much that Loud can do about it. I think Darker's ultimate is the best one, the Steel Garden, if they end up going towards him at all. He's posted up on B.
Maybe a struggle. Stray spam here from the ledge, just hailing down, but that's a DTP and out of showstopper. You've some very far back. Does get a bit of extra information here. The deep horns as well. The fuse is running short. An adjustment. And Lucio just baits that shot out. Still has kills to be claimed. Dante gliding to the side, and the stun was even better. It's a 2-piece. Finally getting online. Finally getting involved. Now just holding, anticipating that reaction play. 3 kills now, just steadily building it up piece by piece.
And Les has found a timing on Lucio as well.
Perfect.
This is an immaculate round by KRU. And Dante with a little chuckle as he sprays the body. I think starting to feel like he's getting into the game.
Okay.
This round has been a killer one for Loud. KRU comboing those ults together. I love the Omen ult with the Raze ult there.
Yeah.
Sadak can just give information to Heat about where they're running away, where he could potentially get a free kill. It's also Heat's ultimate creates a lot of space for Sadak to be able to stick the ult. Really tough to stick around and deny that Omen ult when Heat is bearing down on you. And KRU come out with a 2-round lead and keep the pressure on Loud's economy.
Yeah, it's looking strong right now for KRU. Seeing potential, I see that. Oh, kills early from Dante. I mean, it's a double face as well, but he ISOs the angles really nicely.
Yeah, those are the 2 new players from Loud. But I don't exactly know what they thought was going on there. They go for a jump peek, and I don't know. You could give credit there to Dante with the way that he isolates the 1v1 in that spot. But they were very worried about him, and with good reason. Dante made them pay. It's now Loud with their final TAC timeout to work with. This team came out with some really nice ideas early on here, but KRU fixed what was going wrong, and on this attack half with the double duelists, Loud have not been able to keep up.
And it feels like Loud almost shooting themselves in the foot in terms of the management of the economy. Put themselves in a tough spot here now, looking to see if they can claw their way in. In terms of adjustments, it's been pretty clinical for KRU. Like you said, it's been easy going. Haven't had to do anything too complicated.
I think grabbing an op or getting somebody posted a little deeper over towards Rubble would be an incredibly important adjustment for Loud. If you can get one person holding Rubble so that the others can just go and stack towards B and C.
How about 4?
Well, 4 I think is fine if your job is just to leave one guy inserted. But if 4 people stick around on this side of the map, I'm going to be worried.
He's nade off the rip, but it doesn't go towards the back of Rubble, so Sadak is able to just TP, avoid most of it. Door opens up wide. Potential for fights to be claimed on either side of the map.
Yeah, and Loud do not have anybody over towards Rubble deep. They faked like they were fighting over it. Now they might come back and try to punish Sadak. This wall is dangerous.
They're walking all the way back in here. Easy, just behind the box. Shoulder to shoulder. That's a Steel Garden held by Darker. I think he wants to try and get involved in the fight here, yeah. As soon as he sees it now, it's going to be let loose, ripped off here with the ultimate, and Sadak just desperately trying to escape the TP. Somehow he gets out!
It's criminal he's got away with that.
It's a lovely peel from Dante. Throws up the walls as well to have an avenue to escape.
That was supposed to be a big team refight for Loud.
It's just not put together well enough.
Well, there's only Sadak there, and he gets away with a kill.
Disjointed is the play. Thrown away an ult in the process. Crew putting that slow squeeze across the map here. You can see what it's doing to this Loud team. They are scattered.
And the ult gets used there erroneously because they don't have the information. They don't know how many people from Crew are actually there. They just assume it's a full team.
30 seconds. Big stack of bodies over towards A, but it looks like that's not even the goal currently for Crew. Okay. Add another one up. Putting a differential here into the Viper head-to-head. Plant down. Potential for it to be punished. The bullets go both ways.
They don't need these kind of kills. Crew are already in a dominant position. And now Darker and Davi, they got nothing to do in this round.
Yeah, it's great calling.
They're walking back into Sadak and Les. The two former Loud players who won the biggest trophy there is to win with this org. Know exactly where Darker is. I don't think they quite know where Davi is, but they're going to open this door and try to hunt down the guns anyway.
Yeah, take them out. This money is important. The guns, the weapon needs to be kept intact. Loud. They've got nothing to really work with here. Heat is on one now. Running a mockery over the round. Darker desperate to stay alive, trying to stave off the horde, but Les straight there behind. And that's that 12th round earned up. Crew in a dominant prime position here to take away Lotus.
You can see the difference between this comp when it gets on the attack side and the defense side. I think you can give a ton of credit to coaching staff, Erda, for having decent ideas in the first half of this map, but they have not been able to hold off any of these attack side pressures from Crew. And only one more round indeed separates Crew from another win on Lotus. We'll have to see whether their map pool is a bit better than it was in the first stage, but Sadak still looks like he has a good idea of how he wants to play here.
It's an early fight again, just lobbing util over towards A rubble, but Crew's so happy to disrespect it. They've already walked up and taken control over towards A rubble.
And if this was some kind of trap, Sadak is always the first guy in, the tip of the spear, trying to bait it out. Look again, here Loud wants to go for this punish, trying to turn it into a trap play, and Crew have just evaporated.
Yep, just waiting behind the wall, but no one is home.
The awareness of what Loud want to do here is very strong.
Conceding up a lot of that space. TP's up, Erdic. He's going to be hearing most of this now. Footsteps onto the sand. He's playing a bit more position here. He's looking to see if he can take more risks in a round like this.
Well, this round, Loud actually have something going on. A paranoia is still to hold people off. Loud haven't lost people yet.
Yeah. Crew trying to steadily work their way in here. Again, it's Prowler. Sadak happy to be the first one in to take that contact. Dante straight behind him now, but a stun, it does connect. TP, where's he gone? Trying to escape the eye of it, but Sadak who hunts him out. Sniffs him out of his position now. We're going to see this one kills potentially there for it. Good trades intact from Crew. Looking to put a pin into this game, into this map here. Take Lotus away. Luke showing Darker now, just with the Guardians. Bullets flying forwards, but they're just hoping for a lucky connection. And it looks like their luck might be just running completely out. All angles going to be watched for here. Hold on. There's one to be found. Heat, though, he's just locked onto this one. Ready and waiting. Immediately disengaging. Still looking for the play here. This is Loud looking to try and survive into this one. Still kills potentially going their way, but it's all up to Darker now. On his shoulders. Good, clean adjustment here from the Guardian. Aim. Peeling back and away. Looks to see where that spike is and knows he has to get half. It's the only one gone forward. A wide face from Les. Enough to seal that deal. Lotus now claimed up here for Crew.
It's their map pick for a reason. 5-1 on it this year in VCT. Crew looking strong in home territory, even after the compositional swap, the roster swap. And a bit of a tough opening, being down at the half.
Yeah.
That is wild.
It's crazy. Yeah, all right, time ticking down though. Time to see what Loud can do. And I want to see improvements. They're starting on the defense half as well. The defense side of this map, and we saw glimpses, I think, some hesitation in their step as well onto Lotus more generally. But now, a lot of pressure is going to be placed on the shoulders of Tikazin. He is holding down this angle, line of sight now with that Sheriff. Just looking for the adjustment, and there it is, just pure disrespect. Ignores the dart towards his back and already just claims a kill with Heat going down. A stun! Matters not! Beautiful work, damage done. This guy is ripping and tearing! Tikazin! That's what you want to see.
Ace denied towards the end. Brutal. Give him it. He would have been good for it, I promise. Those first 4 were electric. Great way of being able to get those funds up as well. He'll absolutely be able to get the op online.
I love the confidence as well.
He should have died to Dante right there.
Yeah.
I think Dante will be kicking and screaming that he wasn't able to get that one across the line. Stunned up, gets the slide onto him.
Confidence just disrespect the dart behind him. Still step forward and take the fight. It's a Pistoranos open the blink of an eye still. Look at that, a lot of damage being done and it is traded out. Almost getting a kill though onto Heat.
Yeah, the first danger player dealt with.
Only gave up Marshall though, so not the end of the world.
No, not at all. It's these kind of aggressive positions from Luxo that fill me with a little bit of concern, but he backs up on a safer position towards yellow. Fair enough. But I got my eye on him, man.
Yeah.
This defensive composition as well, like Loud have shifted their comp to add the Cypher in. So now in theory, the Cypher should be able to lock down one side of the map and give them decent information. Yeah. So they don't need Luxo to be playing super aggressively on the other side, but it's in his bones. He loves to take fights.
Wants to be aggressive, lean into that mechanical ability that he has. Looks like to be a slow, steady round here by KRU. Both orbs were available.
Yeah, they're going to go over and test Darker. Yeah. It is strange to see a Cypher on Breeze with the Loud jersey, and it's not less. Again, I feel like I'm going through a time portal back to 2021.
It is strange. Darker looking to see if he can retreat away from this one. He does concede up all of this space still. Got to be careful of that one with the Marshall into the hands of Heat. He's low as anything here. Can be a sharp shooter though. And they got a plant down. If Loud take their sweet time with this one, there could be danger in it. They've already picked up a kill. Okay. Still, there's less activating.
And there's been chip damage done to Darker.
I'm a little bit concerned still.
No, it'll be fine.
It should be, right?
Don't worry about it.
It should be fine. W surely is going to get...
It'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. Less 40 HP. Surely he doesn't get another one. Okay, ran down. Taken out. And with that Cove, yeah, it's no potential really for it to be spammed down. It's time ticking. Heat. Hunting for the kill here, but yeah, there was no real chance. As soon as the Cove was activated.
Yeah, there was never any danger. There was never any danger. Don't worry about it. Oh, what are you getting so anxious about? The Cove does make an enormous difference in a spot like that. And that's why you've got to prioritize trying to keep your harbor alive into the late game. Because if Luxo isn't alive in a spot like that, it becomes genuinely clutchable.
Yeah.
But the Cove diffuse pressure is one of the biggest reasons that you run the harbor on this map. It has taken the sting out of Loud's bonus. This is one of the things that KRU did so well to them on Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, Luxo's only there with the Ghost. Jump spotting. Puffing up the feathers. He's looking to see if he can make himself appear a lot bigger than he actually is. Stuns himself in the process. Dante now with the wall, though, fast lane, dividing up most of this side and calling for caution. Pause. Slower take here over towards the A site.
Yeah, no pause from Loud, though, on the flank retake.
No, they are rapid onto this one. They already have that full mid-control, and that's Luxo. Hold on, how is he getting that and getting away with it in between the gaps of the pyramid, but eventually falling. Darker forwards. Darker turning around. Davi plays off the pressure perfectly. And just like that, Sadak now. Tumultuous spot, isn't it?
He doesn't know about Tikazine's positioning, but Tikazine doesn't have an angle on him at the moment.
Might have just found the perfect window, but Davi's going to be there waiting.
And this is all a game of timings.
Ooh. Sadak starts sprinting, anticipating it to be clear.
Oh, that's nice. He put down.
Out.
Oh, man. Does he even see him?
Way.
Not at all.
30 seconds
left.
left.
There's no way. They've just missed each other.
Sadak paused for a moment under bridge to put a smoke down, a fake smoke, at that. A double door, making it feel like he was still on the A side.
Just slipped straight past it.
He pulled Davi away.
Yep.
Spike planted.
Here now. He does have the dart in the back pocket too. That's going to be a nice tool to use.
And he's got a pull. Sadak.
Yeah. That's a dangerous one. He's got to try and find safe avenues though, especially with Tikazine waiting here. There it is. Aware of the possibilities. Could have gone wrong there, but Loud convert.
And that's a bonus.
Yeah.
One with...
They had nothing.
Shoddy weaponry. I think they came in with 2 Guardians, maybe a rifle? Not much, though. This is the Luke Show classic. That harbor wall with a little gap in front of the pyramids, and then he plays forwards. On a round like this, where you're working with lighter weaponry, go for it, take the risk.
Yeah.
And it works out for him. 3-0 lead for Loud.
Much better beginnings. What's going on with the money on KRU side?
Yeah, I mean, they've got the funds to be able to buy into this.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's going to be 2 Guardians. And an Outlaw
Yeah.
for Tikazine is looking real nice right now.
Looking real nice. Oh, he's trying to pre-fire there, straight into the box, just anticipating where the Sofa could be played, but now he's way out to the open. Tikazine in a whole heap of trouble. He's going to try and evacuate now. Looking to get bailed out here by Luke Show, but that's immediately the high tide is going to be ripped his way across. Alongside it now, the Hunter's Fury. That's a great connection. Luke Show cleans up there towards the back of the box. A stray shots though from the Hunter's Fury goes a miss.
Are they going to keep these aggro post-plant positions?
Yeah, they are so down deep right now, and it's that smoke! Dominated, control of it taken up here by Tikazine, and it makes a massive difference into the 4v4. Steady clearance into the double doors.
Don't know about that one. Yeah, MW's coming around behind double doors.
Yeah, we could be going for the flank now. It's just about time pressure. Can KRU buy enough of it for MW to really activate? Because right now it's all Loud. They are just running over all of this. MW choosing to take the fight early there. Doesn't play his time and spam straight through these shots in the dark. Through the smoke. Pull also being offloaded.
No time.
And now, yeah, no time at all. Works out in the end here for KRU. Damaging stuff, though. Get the hell out of that.
A round on the board for KRU towards the end then. They managed to get into really deep positions there, utilizing that double duelist comp to push all the way through to yellow and lock this off. I don't think that was the best play in the world, but the post-plant ideas, the snake bite, the pull, the reflank. As soon as they got into a post-plant, KRU had layers that they were going to play with afterwards. It's good to see, because our big question is about the map pool for this team. We know that they can win on Lotus. We've seen them win on Lotus, but what does it look like on the rest of the pool? Especially if we get to map 3 on the new map.
Unknown quantity.
You are divided.
All right, we're going to see it now. The Cosmic Divide is going to be able to send this one flying forwards along with that fast lane. It's definitely dividing up most of the B site. Trips, though, calls for the pause here. You're going to be a bit cautious when you're trying to maneuver away around this. Definitely can get you tangled up, and it has bought time for the reinforcements to arrive. It's a heavy stack of bodies now. Loud got absolutely everybody in the right place at the right time. Good adjustment there. Target prioritization, but slipping in between these smokes. How's Les getting away with that one? And Luke Show's right there!
No way.
Les dominating!
That's vile.
Ridiculous stuff. Decision made for him. Davi forced to pull back and out.
This round was ridiculous. Loud went for a flood play. They got bodies into the site. Every POV we looked at is in a smoke, looking at a wall.
It's chaos.
We had to go into free cam at some point there just to figure out what was going on. But I mean, the players can't go into free cam. It was just timings on timings.
It's a game of it.
And Les coming out on top in the moments that we saw there towards the end. For a moment, he also saw Luke Show's barrel sticking through. KRU come out of it with 4 players still alive and putting the hurt onto Loud's economy. They are back in this.
They are back in. Fast hit onto the B as well, exactly. Great round to cook up.
I think that's one of the things that this double duelist comp is going to do the best.
Yeah.
And if you can get through the Cypher utility, why not?
Yeah.
Like if Loud have just anchored that site, got bodies in and still lost, with 4 players alive, keep doing it.
I mean, that's supposed to be the big piece that's really going to stop you from going for fast hits up towards B is the Cypher. You don't want to be running your Neon and your double duelist into it.
And yet they just ran through the back of site
disrespected
towards ladder and planks and just took over. There's the tag time outcome.
Yeah, the button being pressed, isn't it? Yeah.
Romanilli's trying to figure out what to do here because the team doesn't even have a good buy. You had a player save, Davi stayed alive towards the end. So you've got some guns to be able to work with, but you don't have the Blade Storm. It's not going to be good, no matter which way you slice it. And more crucially, like we were talking about from a strategic point of view, that was supposed to be your whole defensive idea on B.
Yeah.
They had the Cypher setup. They had the Harbor Wall. They flood in behind the Harbor Wall. They have bodies on the site. And yet still, everybody falls.
It's definitely going to be putting a question in terms of their setup defensively. The question is how do Loud want to play? Do you still want to stick to the same game plan? It doesn't look like it. But also this is a bit of a weird one in terms of the buy. So could just be a bit of a one-off round for them. But we'll see if the trend continues. Darker moving over towards the A side now.
Yeah, they might want to long-term put Tukazine with an operator on B.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe have Ode anchor it, although the Astra anchor is not amazing on B.
It might be the play. I mean, Tukazine's saving a lot of money into this next round. He hasn't even bought half armor. Might be just looking to see if he can get the op into his hands here. Nice little takeover towards elbow. Dante's pretty fast up onto that line.
Take flight.
Rest of the team also trying to scope out towards mid here. Damage going to be getting some good information. Drone gets the tag here. Less was in potential, honestly. You're getting spammed out if there was a player into double doors, but he gets out.
We're seeing Heat and Dante hold hands around the map a ton.
Ooh.
What a shot.
Okay. That's clean work.
Here.
Might have another opportunity to fight Darker here. Hello.
What?
Darker? Darker?
Okay. He's in the selfie cam.
Do we know that Nest is completely open?
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Okay.
Very weird.
KRU have been very good at this, though. The stopping and starting. Pump fakes abound. Sadak's calling as well, making sure that always never be overzealous, never really just overrunning into plenty of these players. There's a chance for timing. Luke Shadow, he's caught into the corner there. Mopped up momentarily.
They took risks like this on a... Hello, Dante. Ooh. They took risks like this on a previous light buy round, and it did end up working for them. So I'm not... I guess you can't be that mad about it, but definitely could have played this one a little better, put a bit more pressure onto KRU. KRU have walked away with a gimme round here.
Yeah.
But we knew that Romanelli was taking the timeout just to work for round 7. So this one, they didn't have a full investment. In the next round, presumably they'll have the op, they'll have maybe a different defensive setup, although I would expect Darker to stay on A, I suppose, if they've changed something up. It definitely feels, though, like even though KRU have only just tied it up, they're the ones in control.
Mm-hmm.
That's after losing, a pistol and a bonus.
Rarely you're able to see a team come back into it like this. But it is 3-3. No damage being done. The bank is being built up entirely now for KRU as well. They got a lot of money to work with. You're going to be able to get a string of buys together.
Yeah, that's the problem with not actually doing much damage during these rounds. So Tukazine is going to go for an operator. But they've swapped Darker back over to B. So the idea of having the op in a different position that we were theory crafting, apparently not the game plan. Their B defense is going to look broadly similar to the one that KRU just ran over.
Yeah. Might be a similar game plan as well from KRU, where they're just putting a lot of pressure into mid, sending forwards here with a shock dart. Hunter's Fury making it trying to feel like that B pop, and it has pulled out Hunter's Fury defensively to try and clean up these players. Done a good job with it, but that wasn't ever the goal. Still, the spike is actually just dropped down. I mean, if this is going to be a fast reaction, guess what? The spike is not going to be anywhere close, so the defense is in order. Loud. Bunkering down now, reinforcements never really left in the first place. They've got players in the right positions with a high tide forwards into the cloud burst, but Tukazine again in the right place for it. It's all gone a little bit amiss, hasn't it, for KRU?
Certainly has. MW and Les left to pick up the pieces, but don't see how this one's going to be winnable.
That's a rough round.
So, I mean, coming out of the timeout, you know that Loud are going to have swapped something up, and so Sadak's decision is, let's go for a fake. They do the B fake into an A walk, but the B fake didn't work in the slightest. It's actually quite a nice adjustment on the trip position from Darker, who cleans up the round. He puts the trip over towards that left side of sight, and so Dante runs straight into it, hits a trip and a cam and a defensive Sova ultimate, and that just allows Erde to get into this position where he gets a clean kill. And at that point, you don't have to overreact. The A-side players don't have to start rotating off at all, because your B anchors are telling him, listen, don't worry, we got it, handled it.
That goes there.
Yeah.
But Dante is struggling.
Yeah, he has been, hasn't he?
Those are the kind of rounds where sometimes we see the Neons go for a silent walk into sight. But he was noisy, ran into the Cypher util, died, still got a goose egg.
Not got a lot of confidence right now. Towards the end of Lotus, we were seeing Sadaka was putting his body on the line to try and create space for Dante, which probably feeling like the confidence needed to be pumped up a little bit. Seeing a lot of pressure now coming over towards him as a split. High Tide has already ripped his way through. Lucio not seen it all! Oh my god! Just says past it. This is his domain. He's gonna work magic over towards here. Smokes on smokes, obfuscating where he could be in the bloody walls. Crew left. Trying to see if they can escape out of this one. Taking the time and past it.
Lucio just absolutely will not be stopped trying to take these timings.
Oh, he loves it.
No, but he's just got amazing information for the rest of his team. They should be rotating off the A site right now, I think.
That was good too.
Especially as the cam catches contact. You start to see Darker leaning over in this direction.
Crew all over the place.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried about Erda being on his own here. If he falls too easily, B is open, but he's good for it.
It's a peek.
30 seconds left.
Dismisses the challenge of less, and now they're in a 5v2 that looks fairly stable.
Yeah, should be. Sadaka is very much alone, 20 seconds remaining. So trip down at his feet, but game of timings has just continues early. Straight past the smoke. Not much MW can do from a spot like this, so will be another round here for Loud. I feel like it's almost...
10 seconds left.
It was very, very good work from Luke Show all around.
Look at the trip position over here as well.
He's been moving it further back, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just trying to anticipate that B pop coming through. But it's the positioning that these duelists died in that I think is slightly the issue here for Crew. I was saying, though, that they're trying to hold hands around the map. Heat and Dante are always together, but the way in which they die here, they couldn't be more on top of each other. They're just holding the same stuff. For a moment, Heat thinks about, oh, I should be trying to hold for that timing. You see there the little glance backwards? He knows that there is a timing there that Luke Shaw will like to take, but it feels like the roles... It feels to me like Heat feels like he has to do both things. Like he has to watch behind and he has to be the player going forwards. There doesn't seem to necessarily be that level of trust and coordination between them, even though they're together on the timings. And needless to say, that continues the run of rough luck for Dante.
Yeah. No, I don't mean to discredit Loud too much in these past 2 rounds because they have been playing pretty well, but it does feel like a little bit like Crew are tripping over themselves.
Yeah.
As we've been seeing.
I think that's fair to say. I think this is, though, a comp that it is somewhat easy to trip over on the defense side because you have to navigate an op, you have to navigate the Cypher trips, you also have to navigate, I mean, weirdly enough, Luke Show taking timings all over the place.
Luke Show in his house of mirrors that he creates every time you try and step over towards A.
Yeah.
It's like you have no bloody idea where this guy is.
And normally that's a bit of a rough thing for the Harbor to be doing because a lot of the time you're going to go 1 for 1 and then you don't have the same level of power on the retake.
Yeah.
But the way that Loud is currently getting value out of him, he's 7-4, it's working.
Well, Crew all grouped up now over towards B.
Well, it was the B hit that worked perfectly last time.
Yeah. We've seen adjustments though still with these trips. As we were saying, the evolution of it. As soon as one is figured out, he moves it back. That's not ideal.
Right. Come on.
Losing the plot a little bit, aren't we? Updraft, you missed the updraft dash.
Oh, no.
We can't be doing this.
Neither of the trips
You can't be putting me through this, man. You can't be putting me through this, Loud. Gonna try and anchor down here. Erde. He's found himself in this corner as the smoke fades away. He was holding his breath there. There's tension in the round in the air, but it's being watched for. Good movement. Sliding around to the side there. It's almost like Sadak's on the ice skates. And now, beautiful pre-fire. Les got it all controlled.
Enemy kill.
Zoom with this operator. He'd love to see if he can escape out with it.
But I think that's the only thing that he really can do in this round at this point.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to impact it any further. I mean,
no. Where do you want to start?
Well, I guess there's a massive difference between the execution and the result.
Yeah.
The execution was sloppy, and yet the result is another round on the board for Crew.
Yep.
And so, if you're mangling your own exec, and yet it's still working, you should probably keep doing it. Because if you get it right, it's going to be even better. They knew where the trips were. They had some decent idea that the trips existed in that rough area towards the left. They didn't actually manage to break them. MW missing one of those shocks.
It happens.
But they, you know, even though they got themselves in a bit of a stuck scenario, they managed to dig themselves out. And Dante gets on the board, crucially, by trading out heat as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be a bit of a theme. It looks like Dante is now playing the Neon role a bit as a second trader kind of guy.
Where he's first kill of the game.
Yeah, but when he's been getting his value on Lotus as well, he's been kind of like sliding off somebody else's contact rather than trying to open it up himself.
It's having a rough game. Well, teammates are making sure to prop him up.
The B exec worked, so let's go to A. A Sadak masterclass.
Yeah, we're sending it in now. See that Harbour rolls forwards now to see if they can cut this one out. As a lovely one at that. Stops just at the doorway, so it's going to be difficult to see if he can get past it. Daka! You knew that Dante had crossed, and it's Dante who does put him down into the grave. Not gently at that. Luke Show still in a hard anchor position here. He doesn't have any U-turn. No real teammates to help him out other than Davi, but Davi's going to be going down. Luke Show, Luke Show! Oh my! It's absurdity! Almost poetry in motion with the way this guy's just weaving in and out past that. He's definitely earned his team more than a win con now. 1v2. MW finding it difficult here, baiting the shot but taking a ton of damage in the process. 52 health. Got to see if he can try and make so most of this one here. It's a lovely snap to the cranium. Erde's taken out, but he doesn't know where Tikazin is.
Oh, Tikazin hasn't shown his face at all.
No, full guesswork. Another tap, he's expecting a flank here.
Not ready yet.
Jump spot not even catching inside of him. Dart might be a little bit better, but it's a game. Yeah, you can just take a time and past it. All the way forwards here. Another jump spot. Finally gets the acknowledgement he was looking for. 8 bullets remaining here. Swap of the weaponry. Rifle in play. Oh, MW. Lovely clutch. Takes a stand. Why not take a bow while you're at it?
And Luke Show's got to be feeling gutted about that one, because he made the play that should have given Loud the round.
Yeah.
And MW comes through with a Red Bull clutch anyway. He's the player that finally put Luke Show in the grave. And gets the final 2. Erder and Tikazin not playing off each other at all. Not at all. I mean, I guess that Tikazin was holding Erder's back, but there was no way of being able to do anything once Erder took the 1v1. 5-5. Crew are back to A. Les taking this fast timing up mid, which was something that they were doing a lot when they played Breeze in stage 1.
See if we can try and find a path forwards here. Again, the dart not going to be broken here. Davi's going to get... I mean, already going to be highlighted in this position. There's really no escape from this one. He's lit up here by the dart. It's not ideal at all. Good peek though. Tikazin, what a shot to find. Les cleaned up through that mid flank. Don't have to worry about that avenue anymore. Plant still needs to go down though. Hunter's Fury didn't really get too much done there from MW. Still, post-plant positions look clean. Cosmic Divide though is going to be cutting this one up on either side. Dissecting now. This is unorthodox. Unusual indeed. Scrims aren't going to be preparing you for this one at all. It comes down to the gunfights. Raw firepower. How well can you trade each other out already? Sailing towards this one, but they're retreating all the way back. Loud looking for a play onto this one. Diffuse being stuck. What is the call here? What is the play? Shock darts. You're too late.
Huh?
What is the idea?
I got no idea with that one. What? They've just absolutely lost their heads in the midst of that. You did say it's one of those spots that you won't have scrimmed for. Both of the Astro Walls going down, crosshatch across the site, and Crew maybe just missed the timing on it completely, thought the wall was going to drop. Another round where Heat and Dante are on top of each other, but then they split up, trying to look to find those individual moments. Crew wrapped around, sorry, Heat wrapped around the pyramid. I mean, they must have just thought that they had the timing.
Surely.
God, it's been messy.
It has.
Oh, it's been messy.
It has. It definitely has. Davido taking that peak solo, by the way, and now getting ran down here with a Blade Storm. Beautiful work. Heat chomping at the bit to get involved once more. Got to be wary, though, because Luke Show looking through, and that's a big reveal.
The posthumous reveal.
Okay.
That recon flew out of David's body as he hit the ground. With his dying breath, he threw that recon.
It's the last time on. Made it work.
Here's the wraparound from MW. This one around for Crew early on.
Pit down, 3v3.
Should buy time for MW.
Great opportunity here. MW onto the flank. He's been doing this before in a couple of these rounds. We'll see if it's anticipated. Now the pit, definitely difficult to work way through and past. Arca just holding one of the extremities of it, and now MW finally there. Activating in time. Puts the pressure on it. Darka still standing up to all this pressure. What is going on? A lot of damage done though. Darka at the top. pulls it out. Shots firing off now at under FF still. MW! Oh,
11 HP.
Getting it all done, isn't he? Doesn't matter if he's on 11 HP.
There's a drone coming out double doors and Les swings out of his own pit before the drone is connected. There are so many moments. Look at this. There's the recon dart that ends up getting Heat killed. There are so many mad moments in these rounds. Exactly the same angle, in fact, that Sadak swung on a couple of seconds earlier. Micro moments making the difference. So much improvement possible for both teams. But Loud have a 2-round lead at the half.
We'll see if they can convert and stretch it all the way to take us to sunset.
Whenever I use Zowie models, I would say I just feel my element.
Demon 1 is good.
Without Nyack, the biggest difference was the ghosting. It was a immediate change. If you see something and it's not actually there, you're gonna miss your shot. Black Equalizer and Vibrance, I can react quicker to it, I can shoot better at it.
This guy is just spectacular.
And that way I can always trust him, that I can just focus on competing. My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie.
You guys know that you can come to the Riot Games Arena to watch the games, but I don't think you knew you can come and also meet the players and staff. We currently have a meet and greet going for Evil Geniuses. I don't even know what's going on. I think there's a discussion between the players and some of the fans as well. And I hope I also get to meet them. Potter, I'm a big fan. Nice to meet you.
Hola.
Nice to meet you.
Is this for the vlog? What is going on here? Is this an official broadcast interview?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Okay, I gotta be.
Anyways, and you can also have these moments with Potter.
Time to get that second half underway and lock in with the #1 VPN, ExpressVPN. Make sure to scan the QR code. Will be coming up momentarily. And we look towards this game. It's a 2-round lead here for Loud. It is their map pick. Chances for them significantly, of course.
Yeah,
but that was listen, it's an interesting game so far. Interesting is the word. It's quite diplomatic of me.
Yeah, there's been absolutely moments for teams to flip rounds on their heads just based on small decisions that have been made. Reads. I think, though, that one of the big things was that KRU really struggled being able to get into these sites where the Cypher was, where the anchor players were, and Loud have managed to generate them that same 2-round advantage that they had on Lotus. And then when the side swapped, KRU ran away with things. So I'm looking at Loud here and thinking, right, you might have tooled your composition defensively with this Cypher. Can you actually close the game out?
Double door pressure immediately. KRU looking to see if they can square up, take this fight forwards. Takazine managed to slip in past it, but it is subtly being watched for here by Heat, but he just might have missed this angle. Takazine so far forwards right now. Heat! How's he finding that one still? It's answered. Immediate trade and a peek there from Takazine. He's still being a bit of a thorn in the sides towards it, but that open sightline angle, Erde was just alone in through main, and these shots are rattling off heads, rolling off the shoulders at this point.
Great timing as well. Davi and Takazine swinging at the exact same time there. Equalizing things to a 3v3, as you said.
Grouping up now. Going for the contact re-clear. KRU looking for that extra information to work off of, because they're in the dark for now. Les just walking all the way out. I have no idea what the mid's controlled at all. Still, sharp shooting needs to be on display, and it is indeed. Sadak, great time to activate. Brings it into that 2v1 with Davi on low HP as well. Looks like poor tidings for him. It's going to have to be unbelievable here. Spot slide towards the back. He's trying to take this timing well. Slipped all the way around, but watched for.
Sada coming up with the big shots when his team needs it. Dante's on his feet, loosening up, shaking it out.
Yep.
There's another spot there where Dante has to play a little bit slower, a little bit calmer, just connect with his team. Big couple from Davi. Tikazine looks really sharp. I think this has been a great debut for him, in particular out of the two of them. Tikazine providing that consistent value that his team needs, which is exactly why he was brought onto the team. He had a 1 kill per round with like something ridiculous, like 170 ADR in Tier 2. And seems to have translated, but his team has just lost the lead by the look of things. Very likely to have this one tied up at 7 apiece.
Pure disrespect though. Not worried about the util. Cove, an attempt to spam it down, make sure it dissipates, just to clear the angle so that he can watch it.
Yeah, you know that the team with weapons is going to be playing a little more cautiously, so you can just kind of barrel in and steal those ult orbs. They could easily do the same thing on the other side of the map. Davi's 3 away from his Hunter's Fury, which could be pretty pivotal to be able to win an anti-bonus. Eyes on Tikazine right now. His Sheriff was singing in the pistol.
Has to be the danger player, doesn't he? Just 100 health towards it. Dante, tasked with putting a stop to it, and cross placement wasn't quite ideal. This is Dante now thriving. Getting confidence in his feet underneath him. A couple of quick kills against the eco. Precisely what he needed. The stun as well. He found what his last potential player is. There it is. Snappy stuff.
Can they get him his ace?
Love something like it. The dart over towards head. That's going to be spotting out Davi.
Target acquired.
He's hunting. Trying to sniff out where he is. Davi desperately trying to survive, running away. Doesn't have the spike. It's purely a game of trying to play denial. And they are trying to find where he could be. He's only a limited amount of possibilities now.
Can he ruin the clip?
They've got Tim's around. At this point, the clip's ruined, man. Past 60 seconds. Dante, though, would love for it to be the case. And there it is. Finds the ace.
He had a moment like this as well on Lotus, didn't he? Where he got, admittedly, not an ace, but he was able to clean up a bunch of kills, and it felt like he got a bit more confident from that point on. And a reminder that also KRU ran away with the game at that point on the attack side of Lotus. Could be a similar scenario happening here. This one on an anti-eco, but I do get the feeling that a lot of it is confidence-based for Dante.
It is. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a little bit, it's going to sound weird to say, but it's heartwarming to see KRU trying to enable Dante.
Yeah, yeah.
Enabling him by either taking fights first, making sure that he's second in to build up that confidence again.
Yeah. I think he's a player that struggled a little bit with it when he was in his rookie year.
Yeah, definitely. But individuals on KRU stepping up to ensure that the burden isn't placed entirely on Dante's shoulders, and now hopefully able to reap the rewards of it.
This is a round that Loud have to win to be able to stay in control. They were the team that were up at the half on both of these maps. And they're going to need this.
Yeah, can't be losing the grip. Not again.
Well, on Lotus, it wasn't. They managed to win this round, the anti-bonus, but they took so much damage they had to eco afterwards. So they need something fairly clean here, too.
Yeah, they were never able to build up the bank as they were hoping for here. Now Heat, got a util again, just chooses to disrespect it with a dart. Takes another slight angle now with a Hunter's Fury to try and clear it away. Cloudburst forwards, but that's going to be fading away. And there it is, good adjustment. Rapidly approached though, and this is Darker really taking over onto the site. The spam, spraying and praying, hoping that it will do the job. Dante's all the way in and forwards now, and this is it. Beautiful time to really just light them all the way up. Just the second guess, but he does light it up towards the end. Great kill. Now the overdrive and calling for a pause. Calm to be injected into the round as the wall fades away. Definite damage done to either side. Could be anyone's game. Guns being pulled back out because, again, Plant needs to go down. Erde with the spike in his hands. He knows where Dante is. Claims that kill. Instant trade! And Darker straight on the perfect line. Desperate tidings, but still gets it all done.
God, with time ticking low there, Loud, I think, are lucky to be able to get away with that one. But it's the same scenario again here, Brent. Loud, they win the anti-bonus, but their economy is going to be destroyed off the back of this.
Yeah.
And the shots from Dante, he really has found his form. He's found his footing, got that confidence underneath him. This double take was almost comedic onto Luke's show. He hit the headshot. Too used to playing without a bulldog, thought he got the kill. But look at the economy again. They won round 15, and they are essentially ecoing.
That's shambolic.
It's exactly the same as Lotus. And this killed them on Lotus. They could not get the money going at all. And it led to them being ult snowballed against. It was a disaster.
Seeing Tikazine has that rifle. Recall there to start. It's not going to be doing much there for Davi, though. Pays the price. Hold on, not anticipating that. Cross up. Tigazine takes that past. Just the contact plays. Now looking to dominate in between the pyramids. Moving forwards once more, but that is a bit overzealous. It was watched for. KRU got a sights firmly set on the possible positions.
Oh, Erda got the gun back. There is still a hope.
Yeah, reclaimed it. Again, calling caution here. Just jumping in. That's putting your body on the line, really, to set up these kills. Erda with the rifle in play. Selfless play there from Luxo. But still a 2v3. Darker, though, has found the big gun itself. That operator in his hands is just hoping that somebody will walk right into the sight line. Recall of it, spotting plenty of these players now, tapping away though, and has a shot dart to claim the kill towards the end. 8-8, 2 players surviving.
Loud, they're going to be able to get their guns back in hand for this next one. But this is where the economy pressure comes again around as a big conversation. See what they were working for here. Luxo throwing his body on the line, and then Erda with a chance towards the end over towards that headshot box. But this round was always going to be tough. If KRU picked this one off, Loud are going to be in a lot of trouble again.
Yeah, Loud. Got to come up with something good here. There's a big stack, 5 players leaning over towards the B side of the map. Drone expended early.
Light armor across the board.
Yeah, slow going. We'll take a listen in though, see what Loud have got.
Deploying drone.
Backside, ci sova.
Por aqui, Luke. 1, 2.
Backside ci ainda.
Mais 2 backside, acho.
Eu sova backside.
Juntos.
Só manda paredão.
Boa. Meio. Tá lá no metal, tá longe. Respira e planta.
Tá, não consigo plantar ainda. Entendeu, né? Entendeu?
Não tem nada, tem spot em 4. Vou spotar por down, tá?
Tá. Spot aí, pode pra plantar, ok?
Tá. Cuidado do túnel só. Não,
bora abrir. 1, 2. Vamos pegar aqui. 1, 2.
Meio. Podemos abrir a esquerda. Fica por cima, esquerda.
Vamos pegar.
Espera. 2.
Paredão.
Mano, passa o direita.
Tô mirar à direita.
Não, paredão, guys, paredão.
Perdão.
Standing.
Mano,
Paredão.
eu dartei ele preto.
Não. Valeu, bora. Tá safe.
Oh, that is brutal. Oh, they felt like they were in control of that.
Yeah.
And Heat has just brutalized them.
Just found that one small timing. Slips the net, gets into that wall position.
That's diabolical, though.
Yeah.
Losing both of those duels towards the end. I was all ready to come out and be talking about the new additions, how vocal they are. They were talking about picking up Tigazine and how much that's helped them in terms of their comms. The play itself from Luxo, he's spinning around, being able to get so much value. But Darker gets manhandled, especially towards the end, and that round is everything. Yeah. That round crushes Loud. Their economy is now in shambles. They're going to need Tigazine to pull out the Bladestorm and do something enormous. Otherwise, it's Lotus all over again.
It is. To be placing it onto the newest player's shoulders again, expecting a lot. Being able to get it done now. He's going to be walking straight into the potential of the Heat operator. He's onto that high ground angle. Wow! That is unbelievable. Sharp as anything. Just locked straight on, magnetic aim.
What an incredible guess as to where he would be posted up.
Just anticipating, yeah, where the operator could be in place. Still there's danger there. What is Darker up to? Back towards that pressure that's coming through, and the main angle. There it is, unaccounted for. Dante is really just lighting them all the way up. At this point, decimating. Still can't be removed from this slight angle. The players are caught into the corner. Lau's post plant, just shambolic right now. Gonna have to barrel and batter their way through this one, slicing and dicing potentially. And Tigazine still has that Bladestorm to tap. Looking for the reaction. It's spam on either side here, looking for the kills to be claimed. But how are they gonna be able to get this one done? So he's dissipating Cosmic Divide. Dante, sharp as anything. Pure reaction times. He's firmly online at this point.
What a difference maker Dante is when he's activated like this. He started this map so slowly, started the series slowly, to be fair, didn't he? But after that ace round, every single round has been him having impact, a multi-kill. And fast as well, the decision-making is quick, aggressive, decisive. He runs them over, and there was threat there. Tikazine was doing a great job of adding a little bit of danger in. But Loud really lost that one a round ago.
Yeah.
It's 2v1.
Real tough to watch here, Loud. Last time had to be taken here in this map of Breeze. It's their map pick. They need to win it out if you want to take it all the way to Sunset. But right now, KRU just taking over control. Unfortunately for them, Dante woken up.
Yeah, and now they're starting to find the better individual moments. It's good to see Heat back in.
Yeah.
He did absolutely get dealt with in that round. Posted up on top of the box. Tikazine slapped him down to earth, but it is fun to see him back on the big stage.
It is.
And being able to play Duelist so much across so many of the maps, one would assume, for this team.
It's very cool to watch as well. I mean, you think about, we were talking and joking around about it, but MW and Heat on the same team. These guys were lauded as some of the most, you know, the next prospects, right? All the way back in the day.
Yeah, they were some of the most talented mechanical players that you had 6 years ago, 5 years ago in the game.
Yeah, yearning for these guys to just lift a trophy.
Yeah, and they've managed to use that to stay relevant for so long. And they've made roster changes, they've made agent role changes. Heat has known some brilliant years, and he's known, like last year, some absolute miserable years. That's what it means to be experienced in this game.
Being able to shrug off some of the worst moments here as a competitor. Dante, a little bit too close for comfort, but the stun is good with the connection. Ade, straight there. Involved now. Takes that swing and wide. That's a Hunter's Fury that's going to be avoided largely. It's a bit of damage significantly done to Darker. And there was another kill there. Heat just drifted in and front of the smokes. Drone's going to be used. A little bit delayed here. Out into the open. Got to be careful. Got to be wary now. Blade Storm still there and active. Hopefully to replace one side of things here. Louder in the post plant. Comes down to seeing if they can collect a couple of kills while they're at it, but still there's less. Not sure where that kill was coming from, but it was the prior damage done earlier. Darker softened up. Shock darts are raining in overhead. This front position out towards it. Les is looking to see if he can take matters into his own hands. Luke Shoto still there. In through the pyramids, and Davi perfectly playing off of it. Gaps in the timings. It's up to Les now still, but that time is ticking away onto the spike. Not many opportunities, waiting for the control of it all. But slipping from behind, that's Davi.
Loud finding those individual moments to be able to turn that post plant around. Tikazine, alone towards yellow, finds the pick. Luke Show walks around left pyramid, finds a pick as well. Loud realize that they have to make plays. Choose to do it individually, but get the job done.
Lovely shot.
Neither of these teams have really found the stability on defense to be able to pull off like the elegant retakes that we've seen from some squads.
It is done.
But I think credit to the attackers, they've always tried to make it scrappy and make the play that they need to be able to throw off the retake.
And the more awkward it's been, the better it's been for them. Luke Shaw immediately rewarded with a kill onto MW. This double doors pressure, they weren't ready for it. KRU, the defense getting dismantled now, handled. And forced to retreat into the more anchoring positions, but it's all too predictable. Heat, a snap to the head, but he's not long for the world.
Loud decided to up the tempo, and it works brilliantly here. They were through before we even knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And Les is on the other side of the map with no chance of being able to impact this round. 4 players still alive. Hop skip.
Okay.
Well, Darker will need to adjust that one.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to make it. Not that it's going to make a difference.
No. You might be able to do a little bit of damage to the economy, but we're starting to get into the late stage here of Breeze. 10 apiece. Seems less likely that Loud will be pushed down onto an eco at any point here. And they keep getting the plant money, they keep getting the winning money as well. The faster play is really putting the hurt onto KRU.
Yeah. It's one of the best plays you can really do, I think, as well, if you want to test the team's defense on Breeze.
Especially when they're running the op.
I would like to see a lot of teams do it more, to be honest. In sync, in through double doors and main, just applying the pressure, because you really do force a decision out of defenders. Do you want to try and fight for main, double doors? If you anchor, you're in a horrible spot. But that from Luke, that's how that happened, okay.
Yeah, that's nice as well. One of the other nice parts about running A-splits is that those players that try to pinch you from mid, you can swing into them at any point. You can run A-split fakes where you end up walking up into a B-split. There's a lot of different things that you can do on this map when you try to use mid. But Loud are going to keep it simple here. Although There are Astra smokes, or stars at least, all around the map, as if they're faking like they're going to be taking some A or mid control.
I'm trying to obfuscate the intention.
They're walking up on the only guy with a rifle, though.
Yeah, this could be dangerous. Less. Trying to act towards the back of the site now. There's a lot of util to really see if he can overcome most of it. The dart's not going to be scanning him out, and Tigazine yet not aware of this. There's false confidence, really. The overdrive now into the hands of Dante. Looking and hunting for the targets now, but still Luke Show is being that pivotal player. Puts a stop to it. Creates enough carnage. Going to play off the back of all of that. Still, that's going to be a plan denied. Quick swing out. With a player advantage and the guns in their hands, surely Loud can find a way through.
This is one of those spots that they can't afford to let slip.
It's just the Sheriffs, really. Sadak and Heat. Back there as well. Drone's going to be getting a ton of value here with the connections onto Sadak. He's having to drift back and forth. Moving away from a lot of this pressure that's coming his way, and no one on Loud wants to really be the one to create problems. No one wants to overpeak. Dark is not holding for the walk down past this one, but Luke Show. Great spot to play into. Sadak. It's a crispy shot before the fire is returned. Now up to 11. It's a lead now for Loud.
Great resilience from Loud to be able to hold on until they get this 3 in a row and retake the lead. It looked like it was going to be a repeat of Lotus, where they get so much damage applied to them through KRU's bonus round that it spirals out of control for them. But here it's actually KRU that the pressure's on entirely the other side right now. They're going to go for their own tag timeout and try to figure out how to stop Loud. The execs, the quicker splits, the actual anchoring is not as potent from KRU. And it makes sense that it wouldn't be, because they don't have the same comp, these teams. You know, Darker was able to set up the trips all over the place that were occasionally giving KRU a lot of worry. Instead here, they're relying really heavily on Heat's operator, on less potentially to be able to land a good snake bite. But a lot of the positioning from KRU has not really been in a spot where they can stop Loud.
Yeah. Sadak, experienced as anyone. He's really been around the block, hasn't he? 2 trophies lifted, but
it's incredible that this is the first time that the first opportunity he's had to be able to play against his former organization.
Yeah, it is, right?
But part of the reason is because he ended up going to EMEA.
Yeah, that small stint.
Yeah, him and Les, in fact. But also the fact that neither of those teams did as well as they were expecting.
Yeah, they couldn't even meet on the global stage, really, could they?
No. The same could be said for Loud. Both sides of the equation were worse for splitting.
Going missing a little bit here. Loud, though, good opportunities now. That's a hell of a shot. Heat sits them down on their asses.
I'm wondering what's going on there, because normally you're supposed to combine that with a falling one-way smoke, and they just decided to swing it. All right.
Spacing not ideal either.
No.
You know what they're playing for. Heat's operator. Pretty clear win con. Oh, there's no way.
They haven't got a clue.
No, less unaccounted for. It's not going to be playing a part in this round, likely, but
Heat will.
Yeah, Heat still just taking over here, and a call for the 3-2-1 swing into main to get that clearance over towards A.
It was Dante that got that kill as well, not even Sadak.
Yeah.
Mid-slide.
Well, KRU are straight back into things off the back of that timeout, but
I don't think it was...
Can't say it was down to tactical adjustments.
No, not really. It's not like the coach told them, get a 2K
Heat, yeah.
in
Collateral
B
2 individuals, actually, please.
That one's just one of those things that happens. But also, it is strange. I mean, the falling one-way Harbor Cove is like the main way that you go and take B control against the op when you know it's there. And instead they are just swinging, dry, no util, lined up together. These are the kind of mistakes that we were seeing smattered about from both teams in the first half. But if Loud are going to be the ones making more of them late on, this could be a 2-0. You don't want to hand an easy victory to KRU.
Really don't. Dante posturing like he wants to try and fight over towards this A main control. He doesn't need to worry about double doors again. The split from Loud from earlier to the back of his mind. Decisions need to be made here. Now the ult's going to be cascaded forwards alongside that high tide, and they just choose to give up the space. Not looking to fight it. That's damage done though, isn't it?
Whoa.
Bullet to the dome. Lucky. Dark is alive here. Just 10 HP, but
cage trigger.
Aggressive post plant.
Yeah, the aggressive post plants have been the key for Loud. getting a timing play from Tikazine or Darker or Luke Show.
Second cage, Darker, you are dicing with death right now, buddy. 10 HP, he's trying to find that timing straight past. It's evened out though. Kills to be found. Tikazine, this is a hell of a timing, isn't it? Oh, slips past that one. Waiting for the smoke to dissipate. It is a good trade. Dante straight there, but it's damage done and time ticking now at this point. Crew bring up options here. They're trying to make the play forwards. They've got to try and find these kills and find them fast now. Where's his last player to be found? Davi, there's Knife Foul running again the time!
They don't have it!
The circle's shrinking. Desperation from Sadak. He'll go down with a ship. But it's that 12th round for Loud.
Same situation again. Loud put their players in all sorts of odd spots, playing inside of the smokes, swinging out. I can't say that a lot of it is really even these players playing off each other. They spam off the contact of Darker there, though, to trade him. But then it's a lot of just like Erda looking to catch a timing, Luke Shaw looking to try to time it, but it buys time off the clock. It's so much for Crew to try to deal with as they come back in off the retake. Their economy's not hurt. In fact, it's actually Loud coming in with the worst buy. But Loud on map point.
On the precipice. Could be sending us all the way to sunset. Map 3 between these two teams. Neither wants to give up. An inch is just pure spam. Dante sending it flying forwards here, and the shots rattling on the other side of the map. Heat down to 45 HP. It is just pure fights being taken. Gunfights individuals. Not synced up too well.
Well, it's good aggression, though, from Crew. They won't be quieted. And W swings out. Look at this position from Les.
Yeah, Les, and he's going to get inside the smoke, too. Make sure that nobody can really play. Be problematic here. Inside the cove, trying to insert himself now, but that's a Hunter's Fury. Why not? Let it loose. Can't really save it into the next one. And that's a great kill to be found. He's with the double doors, but lines all up perfectly. Dante jumps on the chance. Hearing the footsteps, hearing the updraft. Heat might not be long for the world here. There it is. Take it out. Gets the information, but leaves it into a 1v2 for Davi. A chance to close out the map.
The cork is popped, and now all the pressure relieved. Davi can run through the B. This brand new addition to Loud has an opportunity to win the map for them.
1v2 though. Crew fighting desperately for that OT. Taking their time with it. They hear the plant down. It gives them the indicator. They can start to speed up. Davi has a dart. It's online. One shock to work with. Not that it will really play a part. That contact plays here by Crew. And Davi just trying to work his way around, sniffing out a potential individual fight. Here's the fast lane. Here's the dart. He knows there's both players now contained over towards it. That's a diffuser's being stuck. That's half earned. Dante gets off of it in time and still plays his life. Just jiggling for now. To top, seeing if they can force that issue. Pure confidence. Built up from prior, and Crew are not finished yet.
That winner's mentality from Crew. They were always ready there, even staring into the face of a map point to take the fight to Loud. The swing from NW, the fight from Dante off Les's position, Les himself even going for the timing. They wanted to make the play to win the round. They weren't content with letting Loud run this round. And Dante is playing so much better than he was in the first half, at least, of this series.
Yeah. It's
22 and 17. I can't remember exactly what, was he something like 5 and 10 or whatever?
I think he might have tied at some point in the series at
least.
He
was 4 and 14, yeah. I mean, that is outrageous.
It shows the amount of trust that his team has in him. They know what he's capable of. It's about having that confidence to really just drive it all the way home. And now we look at OT here, 12 to 12. Early emphasis placed on either side here with the shock darts raining down, but Nest Control's conceded. Davi looking over towards the B side, but there's shots heard in mid. It's going to pull him back with his attention. And a lot of control over towards A main. Tikazini's worked his way into that off angle. Starter potentially play off the drone for the mid-round information.
There is a bit of a difference in terms of the Cypher setup. That trip at double doors.
Take flight.
Give a little bit of peace of mind. Drone underneath does get the critical tag. It's a blind that's rattling his way through, but yeah, double doors Not accounted for. Luke Shaw, he's looking to see if he can cement himself into an anchor position, but again, we've been past it. It's fakes on fakes, really.
Yeah, and if
no
the
intention of it.
If the trip doesn't get broken, though, Loud will stay with players on B.
Heat way out into the open now, looking to see if he can take this fight forwards, but this is dangerous stuff.
They're going to go back over to A, I think. Les has identified the trip and knows that A is going to be weak behind it. Meanwhile, Heat slips into Nest.
30 seconds. Luke Shaw could be dangerous here. Hearing it, scuttling footsteps forwards. Heat adjusts his aim in time. Wasn't even ready for this one now, but he is the problem. Luke Shaw, though, still onto the side, but unaware of it. Just running all the way forwards, trying to play inside that smoke. Time is of the essence. 12 seconds remaining, but there should be safety, especially in the position that Heat has found himself in.
Player standing.
Davi getting cleaned up. Surely he's going to be sealing this one all the way up. There it is. 13 rounds now for KRU.
Heat's been so good on their attack side at abusing Nest. It's an area that you rarely see the attackers go into. And yet he, a couple of times, has opened up rounds by getting inserted up here. Remember that round earlier on in the map where Darker was just inside of his cam and he found that easy pick?
Yeah.
Here again, he manages to wiggle his way through those corridors and creates a match point for KRU. Loud are going to be mad if they let this one slip.
They really are. It's been so closely contested. The KRU just have one more round to gain.
Standing ahead.
Deep delayed dart over towards the A main. Control looking to fight over it as well, KRU, but does show their hand ever so slightly. It doesn't force a fast reaction out of Loud. And taking it very slowly, cautiously, in fact.
But Les is always one of those players who tries to get as far forwards as he can. And here he's really pushing the limit.
It is pushing the limits. Window's going to be watchful, covered over the shoulder by Heat, but Les is going to be getting a lot of information for his team. That's what they hear to sound. Straight past it! That's absurd!
There's no way he's just gone for that!
Making a play like this. On the precipice of potentially claiming the entirety of the series, this guy does not feel pressure.
He just leapt into 3 players and they were stun locked. They couldn't believe what they were witnessing.
Somehow got out. And again, it's called for the pause here from Loud. They are slowly crawling into this one. The drone's going to be used to clear a bit of a way in, but this is all landing over towards the A side now. Stigazine, see if he can apply that pressure once more. Dante looking to adjust the aim. He does claim at least the 1 kill. In through main, Davi! Big difference maker. 20 seconds left. He's got to see if they can clear a path out. The spike is in the hands of Darker. He's the one who needs to get this one down and out. Time still pressure there. Making the moves now, though. 12 seconds remaining, but players are rapidly approaching, and the shock dart's raining in. His chip damage. Managed to get it down. The extension into the round that they were looking for. Loud. Potential to survive this one. Dart's going to be sailing up towards it. Gives them a bit of knowledge. They know that there's a player's retreating over towards bricks. Held for now, but as that fight's taken out, it's all going far too wrong. MW lights them up, and Davi left to do it all in this spot. Continuation of it, keep his team alive in a series, or will it all be KRU? Swinging wide, half earned already, Hunter's Fury, letting it rip now. Damage done, but to cancel out. Time, pressure still there, the dart earned. Davi weaving in and out, trying to play it perfectly. With a 4-piece, it's the cherry on top. Loud. Not finished, not down and out.
Second opportunity for Davi and he gets it done. Couldn't close the map up for his team, but he saves them. After this ridiculous moment from Les, almost gave the map and the match to KRU. Loud lost 2 spectacular superstars to EMEA, and they've picked Davi up from the region to try to replace them. What a moment for him on his debut with Loud. It's a bit of redemption after round 24. And a deep breath because we're drawing things level again. It's 13-13. Both teams have had chances. Both teams have had opportunities to finish Breeze and either send us with the end of the day or over to sunset. And yet it keeps going.
It keeps going. Teams, they do not want to give it up. There's been so much of that individuality, the timings that are being taken by these squads. I mean, players on either side.
Yeah, well, that was one of the rare moments, actually, where Loud couldn't find that happening in the post plan.
Yeah.
They started backing up instead. You saw Darker and Davi go back into much more passive positions, and it was only Tagazine forwards. And once Tagazine's timing got read, There was a lot of pressure there for Davi to come up with something big.
Yeah.
The jiggle peek to bait out the op shot, magic. Exactly what he needed.
This was a timeout that was taken by Loud. The time's going to start ticking down now. Problems for them, if you think back. Definitely Heat on the attack side. Finding those avenues up through mid.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to go for a double walk down, maybe into elbow.
It could be quite nice. We're seeing it now, yeah, in through elbow, but it might be a bloodbath waiting, but no one's holding, no one's watching. Shock darts are going to be missing too. These trips are all over the place, and there it is. Dixie straight there to bait and switch as he glides back. The slide baits the fight, and Erdi! Open arms now, receiving all the irony attention, and comes up with the goods. Darker, perfectly played in terms of his position, and Lauda straight in it.
Well, you couldn't get a better round coming out of the tag timeout than that. They have a trip for the updraft, which is exactly where Heat was normally pathing to. The walk down, Tikasine grabs one.
I love the bait and switch.
Yeah, the bait and switch is, I mean, the bait and switch, to be honest with you, almost shouldn't have worked, except that Erdi hits an outrageously good shot onto Dante. Yeah. Mid-slide.
Tension is building here. It's Crew's time to take the timeout now. See if they can find a way to keep this map extended.
But there were lots of good things that Loud were doing on their attack side. Yeah. I think the A post plants are the big one. I think if you're Crew here, during your attack timeout, you're expecting Loud to go towards A.
I mean, they've been punished double doors constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, the A splits have been a real problem for them. But I think there's an opportunity here for Loud to subvert things and head to B, do some kind of B pop, and assume it's going to be the weaker side.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mind games that come out of tag timeouts like this, especially when there's so much on the line and you've seen 27 rounds of your opponent already.
Your brain starts to turn to mush. Any semblance of conditioning really just turns into, I mean, who can just concoct up a round to get it over the line?
Yeah.
At this point, it's Loud that looking to put one more round on the board, send it all the way to sunset, keep the day going.
Does for the moment look like Crew are going to be playing the weaker side over towards B, but Sidak might be making his way over here. No, playing towards top mid. Are they going to try something themselves to maybe do a bit of mid pressure and play B softer for the retake?
Potentially.
They've got the retake wall on A. But my attention is on what MW's up to here.
This is fast by MW. What is that? Blind's going to be cause him to double guess. At least a decision.
But he deliberately walks into that because it gives the sound cue that they've pushed elbow.
There it is. Drone's going to be broken. I'm not sure if they got the tag on. Snakebite has to be sailing forward here, and yes, they did onto that pillar angle, and the spam is immaculate. Loud! They're going to take this one by storm, and with it, the map potentially in their grasp. Sunset is the goal. Prime position here.
Can't use that yet.
Post plant. Passively played now as well. Everybody retreating back towards main. A couple of players onto site. Dante with that jump spot. He can't quite get out of it. Stikazine again once more. Didn't stop to any of this one here. He just holding onto the angle. Sadak has worked his way up and around, but there's still that time pressure to deal with. To pull, at least with the start, it's going to be having to tapped out, but again, the composure, look at it, they haven't even used it with the util. It's shock darts and bullets raining down as that first wave of things, Sadak. Sticking, what is going on? There's enough cooldown? There's no way! There's no way! There's no way! Sadak!
That is daylight robbery! We should have been going to sunset.
You're joking.
It should have been all over. And yet somehow the score is 14-14.
I mean, he just read that he didn't have it on cooldown. Well, the player was dead, at least the spam damage. I mean, that's absurd.
No, that's ludicrous. I mean, to be able to have the smoke there, but also just the spam is going all sorts of different directions. They also read that there was a post-plant flank coming through, and then they realized that all three players were spamming.
We go again. And a fight to be taken. This is brute force now is the way that this is being taken. We talked about it. It gets messy when it gets deep into the OTs. Fight taken, decision making. Tikazine. Okay. One extra bullet would have done it.
Spots a couple of players out there.
Luke Show taken out early.
I said before, quite a few rounds ago actually, that Loud would be mad if they let this one slip. Oh, they'd be gutting.
They really would.
And they're a player down right now. Yeah, with 140 damage missing from Takazine as well.
That means emphasis placed onto Loud as well. They're looking for information. That's a lovely double peek. Even better shot from Davi.
And it's coordinated with the push at top mid as well. Darker Erda walking down.
It's evened out the players. 44! Erda, there's no way. There's no way you can't be going for this one now, but a stun it is covered by Dark over the shoulder. Loud putting ways back in.
What a recovery in the round. Down a player, almost down two, with Takazine on 10 HP. And MW is going to get cleaned up here by the positioning of Darker.
30 seconds left.
Loud still willing to be aggressive, still willing to bring the fight. And they're going to be able to get up to another map point. This should have gone to Sunset a couple of minutes ago. Maybe we'll end up there anyway.
MW. 15 seconds, might as well make a go of it.
Area.
It's OT.
10 seconds left.
Well, they can keep the guns going into the next round here, but yeah, it's going to be swiftly dealt with. And that's the lead now for Loud once more.
This has been an absurd map.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Can KRU possibly come up with an idea to be able to stop this? Loud feel like they're almost growing from round to round. They are finding ways of being able to create advantages. It's taking
Would have sucked.
real guts, bottom of the barrel stuff for KRU to be able to scrape these rounds through.
That goes there.
Evolving in real time.
Surely at some point, Loud get it across the line.
Have to imagine. Again, pressure going to be placed onto KRU.
Les has been pushing whatever he can.
W. Where's he got that?
Just spam.
Spam through, and again, they are unaccounting for this mid-angle. It's damage done on top. Kill claim, 10 HP for Davi to play off of. Can't be going again, man. You can't be telling me this. But KRU looking to set within their sights with that damage done. How the hell is Davi alive? Still gliding through. It's Dante. Make sure to put a stop to all of this now. Luke Show has found himself a bit of a timing. Circling his way forwards. All picked up, but listen, you've got to be...
Very ambitious.
Yeah, ambitious, min-maxing though. Played every single win con he possibly can. The peak, risky business, but it needed to be done for any semblance of a chance to win this round, Davi.
He had a much better opportunity to win the map earlier.
It's 10 HP.
This one is not possible.
Yeah. 15-15.
Crazy sequence of events. Loud are still not ready for less walking down mid when the big thing he's been doing in every defense round is pushing. He has pushed out B. He has jumped over trips. He has been walking down mid every time he can, and yet they still weren't ready for it. It doesn't help that Takazine hit the deck instantly as well to some spam right at the start of the round. They need their newcomer. Surely, though.
Surely.
Surely KRU don't close it out in heartbreaking fashion.
I mean, it's been tooth and nail. Loud are desperately trying to find a handheld. Anything to keep them in it. Anything to send it to Sunset. On the defense side of things now here, Dark is set up again, going to be tested. Shutdown's going to be missing here. Keith with that updraft, dash, but that's straight into the smoke, Erde. He's looking to dominate control of this one, but he's already immediately taken out. Darker in the anchor spot. Trying to duck and weave past the cages, looking for the game of timings again, but this time accounted for. Adjusting to the style of play, the deeper it goes. Davi still forwards again on the ice skates here as the shots are just going wide, still alive, and kicking towards the back of the sides. And Lucho's right there alongside it, still a glide. It's good, Dante earns himself another kill. One more scout for it. Luke Show brings it now into the 2v2. Spike still needs to be planted, Luke Show! All turned up. That's rolling straight towards you, MW. Level of awareness, but Takazine straight on the line.
What is it with these two teams and clutching from player down situations? On the B side especially. How has Loud turned that?
Pure gunfights.
Well, it's Luke Show, isn't it?
Yeah.
The kill onto Heat, catching the trailing leg, but these two kills were immaculate. Drops the spike, drops Dante.
There you are.
Gets the ult online and chases the final player out. Another map point.
Loud have got to start closing it out at some point. They've got to do it.
For God's sake.
They're not going to get too many more chances.
For our case, if not for theirs.
They've got to send it to Sunset.
Dante's tucked into A main. It's not something that Loud have particularly had to deal with so far.
No.
And I think if Heat baits for him, could be really effective.
Gotta break the drone, though. That's assuming they even use it to clear it. They might just recall the star and just swing, which is a possibility. No, not even any util at all. Try face in the end. Traded out with the players. Loud. They have the player advantage.
And they pump the brakes. Trying to bait Les into going for one of these pushes. And Les realizes just in time that he was about to walk into a trap.
And they haven't heard any more pressure. Les has given up a lot of space as a result of it.
And now there's question marks everywhere.
Yeah.
And Les is forced to do something just to grab information.
Into elbow.
Surely Les. I mean, he is pinged out on the map.
He's wide facing this one. He's all the way out through and out. He's seen the backs towards it early. Covers it all. And surely this is it now.
Deploying drone.
It's an open B site.
Left.
Still going to have that discipline in mind, using a drone to clear the way just in case there are players there. Rapidly, though, off onto the flank of Sadek, surely with the sound cues heard as a trip as well. Blockading him past. Heard he's got it all locked. And watched for.
Oh, no.
Hold on, spoke
What a
too
fumble.
soon. Can't be fumbling in a position like this. Loud. Surely not. There it is. Luke Shaw with a peek and the 17th round in their sight. Anything to send it all the way to that map 3. Double stars now lay it down. The IGL of Sadak with a lot to play for now in a spot like this, but he's going to try and ISO these fights out. Spotted out. It's a bullet to the dome. He's taken out Luke Shaw now. 2 left to stand against him. Weaving his way past this one, but again, Spike needs to be defused, and it's already rapidly blinking, rapidly approaching near the end. Sadak has to play riskier and riskier. ISO the fight, but he needs this all the way. Fight taken!
Oh, there's no time. Oh, that's astonishing.
The circle just shrinking. That's a tragic finish. Despite the heroics, Sadak did his very, very best, but Sunset is where we are heading.
To scare a 2026 Loud fan.
Yeah.
He's on the other side now.
Iconic moments, I think, with the Sage on this map, as we've seen over the history of it. Let's take a look then. Sunset, here and now. KRU, pretty standard affair. They love to do this with their pistols. They've got a bit of a high-low cooking up in through mid, but no one moving in that direction. Loud. To contact again all the way through. Les with this well-timed wall solidifies it too. So.
Oh, and they're going up and over.
Here we go.
You have to line up a bit better than that, Darker.
Darker, you might be left behind. Oh, okay. Let's not anticipating it.
He was left behind. He was left behind with the spike.
Goodbye.
They left Darker behind with the spike.
He's going to have to chip through 2 walls to get back to the back.
Come on, Darker.
All right. All good. All good. Gets the plan down eventually. There are players waiting, though, into the wings as Davi will leave a shot. He's still wrestling them back and forth here. Defense in order. That is Loud. Putting their flagpole into the ground over towards the B site.
What a perfect pistol. Apart from the small portion
small error
of where the spike player was left behind. Otherwise, though, really immaculately done. I mean, Les didn't particularly sniff out what was going on at all. They boost players over. Les gets destroyed.
That's a nasty shot.
It's a great shot by Davi, but even if he hadn't hit it, someone was going to hit the shot. Right? Les is staring at 4 people coming up and over his wall. Great idea. Got to imagine that Loud had some scrim experience playing against Sages because they came up with that one very quickly.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more common, I think.
There was a time period where Sage was really good on this map, and yet very few people were actually picking it. But yeah, it seems like a very solid thing to go for in this meta, especially when there's so much neon on the other side.
Yeah.
The slows are painful to get through. The Sage you really have to respect on the defense side. It's got diffuse pressure too. Can't just play off-site. Not that you see too many offside post plants on this map anyway after the changes.
There we go. Spoiled us a part of the surprise, didn't they? Right,
yeah, but it is going to drive people into less potentially. He's on a little off angle here with his classic.
This wall to cut up at least one spot of it. How has he found the perfect pocket to play in? No stun there. 7 point forward though by Dante, and he's gone.
And on the attack side, the wall is just so good at being able to get those fast splits through.
Yeah.
You know, like here, you just don't have to worry about that market stairs position at all. If you split through top mid, you don't have to worry about your back. It does mean that these faster combos just death ball around.
Okay.
Anoda's going to have a res online fairly shortly.
Yeah, not exactly an ult you can play around, cook up an idea for, but
not necessarily.
It's lovely to have in the back pocket.
It really is, yeah. You can still get really big value out of it. It is a flawless
Strong start here for Loud.
Loud's composition is going to be pretty good on the defense side too, with their chamber getting posted on aggro angles, walls all over the place. Les is sticking to his position of B, while Loud try to bait out some kind of potential trap on the A side of the map.
That delayed is actually so nice. Oh. Ooh, barely missing.
Nearly gave it away though.
Yeah. Up through mid now. The walls are so good for this. Just patches up that one hole in the potential setup, but Dante's looking to put the squeeze on. Holy! Dante almost gearing up for the third. Darker though, tip-tapping as well, and it's a dance taking place towards the top section of mid. Spike dropped down.
Should be unrecoverable, but Sadak has actually missed the timing a little bit on Davi. There's maybe a chance here.
Uh-oh. Luke Show, Headhunter out, and now, yeah, that's the danger. Davi's got the rifle. Damage being done, and more here. Straight shots. Luke Show traded out, but now they gotta know. They gotta know. Sadak reveals his position. Paranoia doesn't connect. Trying to make it a little bit more awkward. A deep TP cuts up onto the angle, but now Davi rapidly retreating around as 45 seconds does on. Have that spike! IGL!
Crazy.
Takes it into his own hands, doesn't he?
I mean, Sadak comes up with the goods at the end. Well, that's one of those bonus rounds that never should have even come close. I can't believe what Dante did to open things up.
Ridiculous transfer.
He knew that there was an A split coming through, a B split coming through top mid. And he just barrels in there and deletes Erder into Kazin. And still it requires Sadak to come up with the goods to be able to save things. This is now another bonus round that doesn't get the job done, but does so much damage the other team is having to eco. At least this time the shoe's on the other foot.
There.
Louder used to having it done to them.
Yeah. Lucho looking to take advantage of the weaker buy, half armor. Across the ball when he's got that outlaw. He's hoping that somebody will peek this. Not going to be so lucky, but he might be now potentially missing that one in terms of timing. Jump spot. You heard it from Heat. Delayed the drone in through A main, looking to take control of this one now. And an abundance of caution does hand them a couple of opportunities and kills potentially. Dante, head clean off here for Luke Show.
Same wall that Les has been put down over towards B main.
Erder has a spike.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a way of them cutting it off though. Erder should be able to reconnect with the rest of his team.
It's going to be a while though, finding that. At least side control is theirs, okay. Get the players into position, make sure they can shut this one back. Sadak onto that high ground, okay, expected. Tikazine straight there. Darker as well. Devious position to be playing into, but it's a good return on a fire on a tray by Heat. Top form right now, just thinking through the box. A lot of damage done. How the hell is Tikazine getting away with it?
5 HP.
Dante now claims a gun.
Gotta go.
He's just hoping for some 12 live glides towards it, almost adjusting in time. Fantastic round by Tikazine though.
It really is. That could have been nasty. Tikazine took the aim punch in the middle of that duel, still came out on top. I'd handle it pretty nicely.
One enemy remains.
This was a round when crew were coming in with only a single rifle. Just as a bit of a tangent too, if you think about, God, the pop off. If you think about the Neon nerfs and the Judge nerfs and that kind of stuff, the shotgun nerfs in general, those are the kind of rounds previously where you would have just said, well, just grab a bunch of bookies and
yeah, just run.
You know, run around. Dante will be able to make some magic happen with the Judge or something.
Can't do that anymore. Thank you, Riot Games. Very happy about that change. Tikazine really taking liberties here, especially. Okay, putting a punish now onto it. MW with that drone definitely spores out of positioning. Somehow manages it. Contains all that pressure despite the stun that was online. Darker, what are you doing?
Where are you going?
TP in through CT. Bizarre.
Got caught by the stun from Dante though. Stun was lovely to relieve the pressure.
Yeah.
It's a weird round. There's a res online, but you couldn't possibly get him.
Hunting though, contact plays about here. This is ridiculous stuff. Op action, Heat. Now feeling like he's being pressured into multiple directions. This time, decisiveness.
It's a good reposition.
It is. Doesn't open his back up towards it, but hold on. Oh my goodness, there it is, Erdy. Good one with a spike. Luke Show still there. Tries to get it done with a headhunter, but to no avail.
A lot of contacting happening into these operators.
Yeah, dangerous.
But the majority of the round, I think, was cooked when Loud lost those 2 players really deep into Cru's spawn. I like the idea of trying to punish the drone. I think that's a very solid game plan that you can have, a little tactic like that. But somehow MW hits a shot. He is stunned up, lots of pressure on him, and just navigates his own Phantom down into the punish onto Tikazine.
This will be a fast play. Showstopper off the rip. Yeah, looks like it. Straight up, through and around. Oh my! What?
He missed?
How the hell are these kills going away? Loud! Running away with this one now. How the hell is this happening? 10 with the overdrive. He's going to try and put a stop to most of this one now, but this is dire, a dismal round for KRU.
They've lost control of where Darker is. They don't know that Erda's right behind them. Dante is just a free kill here.
Yep, good night, goodbye.
What? I've got to see a replay of that
Show
round.
me the replay. I'm pretty sure it was a slide from Tikazine.
That's ludicrous.
He just dodged the rocket.
This was a lay-by round. I was going to say to you, oh, well, what's the point of using the showstopper here? This feels like a bit too much. He's through. But more than that, Erda lands the shot instantly.
Crazy.
And Tikazine kills Les, who was walking down mid to go for a wall play or something.
I mean, Tikazine didn't have the slide either, so he used it to just dodge the rocket. That's absurd.
Well, take that set play and remove it from the strat book, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty common as well. We see a lot of teams have done that historically in Sunset.
Yeah, Loud are not going to let you get away with it, though, apparently.
That's just okay.
Madness.
One way to deal with it.
I'd like to see them vary up Les's positioning a little bit.
It's a good punish.
He's been over towards B main a ton. This time walks up, though, instead of going for the wall.
To be sharp shooting, but Luke showed just a little bit better, even peeking into the line. Takes a bit of damage in the process.
We did just see a Thrifty round come through, but this one has minimal chances of happening.
Yeah, diffusing a lot of the danger from it, aren't they? With every single kill they get.
And we've been talking about which team has the economical pressure on them, but it is absolutely KRU right now. In both of the previous maps, it's been Loud that have to come back, facing financial adversity. And now it's very much the other way around.
Well, hello. Crispy. Clever shot there. Trying to be broken as well. Comes the gun, but all covered in time here by Luke Show.
He's 10 and 4 on his favored character. I think of Luke Show, I think of Chamber.
Yeah.
He's had some monstrously good moments with this.
It's pure brilliance.
One enemy remaining.
There it is. He's going to be fed a whole host of kills here just from the weaker buy.
Incredible to see the evolution of this Loud team as well, because at times, earlier on, it has felt like, get Luke Show some help.
Yes, definitely.
And now you look at this Loud roster, and even when they were losing on Lotus, you know, there are other people who are really stepping up.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not just the Luke Show show.
The introduction of Davi, it's been pretty fantastic, I have to say.
I think when
Tigazine's
Erda
been
came
unbelievable with his opening.
Yeah, he has. I mean, Tikazine is looking... This is a great debut for Tikazine. But I think the turning point was really getting Erda into the team.
Yeah, yeah.
That slow evolution that Loud have had. If you're looking forwards, if we're thinking about the format of this tournament for Stage 2, it's all about growth and development.
Yes.
This is our touchstone of, like, how do you look at the very beginning? And it matters, especially for teams like KRU who are trying to accumulate as many champs points as possible. But for a squad like Loud, you are mostly looking at what is the growth potential of this team over the course of the next 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, it's just development.
Can they develop into a squad that can make a run towards the end? And man, I really feel like they've got the pieces.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You've got to be able to hone yourself as well as you possibly can for play-ins, potentially playoffs if you're really good enough. I never want to call it too early into the season, especially at the start of these groups.
Here.
Yeah, KRU, as we've already mentioned, I mean, normally we'd be talking about different circumstances, talking about the road to playoffs. Some teams are going to be missing the cut. Not the case with this format here into Stage 2. Every single team of partnership is going to get an opportunity to play, fight for their lives, but they're going to be doing it against ravenous Tier 2. Hungry to prove themselves.
What is the set idea here for Loud? They're pinging out various different things. I mean, often you would see the Chamber go for some kind of jump peek, but They're just going to take a walk time. It's the one way.
Contact plays are just playing straight into Luxio's hand. And
man.
that smoke!
Oh, that's sick. Oh, that is so cool.
Hides from the dart, and Hunter's Fury is going to be a little bit too late. It's a great kill to be claimed, but still, a clear advantage situation. Lands in the lap of Loud.
Dante took a look at that and did not for a moment suspect the entire team was there.
No, it's a fantastic idea. It's so good. So good. Tags up. Pre-fires into the corner. Gotta be careful here with the overdrive, though. Ticketing straight there. The operator in the hands of Heat. Suddenly, it's a 2v2. Plant down, though. Darker gets his team into the extension of the round. Heat. Satchel might have been heard as he jumps up onto the box.
It was Darker's smoke that they hid inside to open this round, and Darker now trying to play inside of another one.
It's a good reposition by Luxio. Has been very much good for it now. To be tested. Dark clears and through the back of the side, just a slight jiggle. Satchel's lovely. Wonderful little microplay here by KRU just to dissect this one and deliver potentially a round win. Pressure now on it with the time. Heat onto the diffuser. Kill claimed. It's all MW. 4 kills for him. Despite the amazing beginning, great ideas from Loud.
It is sick to see Heat and MW winning the 2v2 clutch like that. So in sync with each other.
This is wonderful.
They gave away their positioning with the nade and with the recon. Here's the play at the beginning of the round as well. Super cool. But after they gave it away, that peek with the blast pack just ruined the crosshair placement. MW goes for the wide swing. Heat even wider with the blast pack peek. And then MW's movement closes it out. Really cool round from both sides.
It is.
Obvi up.
We're seeing the best being brought out of these teams, and Heat favored on the line. Didn't have to adjust, it was purely reaction times.
Wins it again against Luxio.
Resdo is online in the back pocket for this situation like this, and he's going to be punished as a result. Ran down. Tikazine, happy to be the point of contact. Tip of the spear for them, and already cementing himself into this 4 position. Nah, this is absurd. You're not going to be pushing that, are you? Just goes into the smoke anyway. Hunter's Fury in through the back, but this is another res online, and Heat is back into the fray, back into action, swiftly taken out.
Revenge for Luxio.
All the way through now, Luxio. Reposition is nice, but he's going to make a sound cue just off onto the slow. Still, and the kind of 4 now with the headhunter bullets. They need to be quick as anything. Devious wall. A little bit of a cross-section, puts him up onto the high ground, and for that high-low position, MW slowly making moves forwards. Davi cleaning that one up onto the flank with that. Ult was popped off, the reposition now, but still time is ticking, and Loud play perfectly off all that time pressure.
What an insane scrappy post-plant that was. There was so much going on there. I mean, double reses coming through, the Sage Wall boost, and then an Omen ultimate that comes through behind. Crazy stuff. Not quite a fair 1v1 between Luxio and Heat across this round as well.
No, it was not.
Both players ended up getting rezzed. Luxio's in a little bit of a safer position. This is going to put the squeeze back onto KRU's economy. They've not really had an opportunity to get the money flowing.
It's been the story of today in this series.
Heat's going to force into it, though. He has the op and a showstopper.
Okay.
That's mad.
It really is, yeah. They've also got a 3-player stack of players over towards A. Mid-control just being poked at, really.
Luxio knows that Les went for the boost up on the wall previously, so he's just clearing this out. Sadak also feels like he needs to stay on the other side of this wall, just in case they do something funky and boost over it.
Yeah.
So really, the wall is not that much peace of mind for KRU.
Does feel awkward, though.
They've left a massive gap in marking. Yeah, they are literally double holding their own Sage Wall. It's ridiculous.
And door's going to be broken. That's going to be spelling things out now. Bit of util. Might be able to slow them down, but they're just moving into completely different directions, trying to surround them less. Cracking shot. Only the one, though, before the trade's on tact, and now Luxio aware of the possibilities. The smoke smells off, and that's a no-scope. Taking out Sadak.
Does he also have a Bucky? Bucky v Bucky there. More expensive one for Luxio.
Yeah. Catch these players as well, just drifting into the fight. At this point, you have a rifle, you have an op. Probably look to save this next one, KRU.
Definitely.
Try and keep these guns intact.
One enemy remaining.
It's not the worst thing in the world for MW to fall there, but if Heat loses his op, that's a nightmare. And there is quite a bit of time here for Davi to try to hunt him down. I think he should be good for it.
He's worried about a lot from a spot like this.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a little bit of a time in play. But Loud are firmly in Crew's head. That pistol round boost over the Sage Wall, I think is just... brutal. Absolutely brutal for Heat.
See it.
He invested into that gold shining operator at the start of the round, down to 100 credits. And now he's got nothing to work with. I guess he's still got the ult. At the very least, he's got that to work with. But Loud are all over this. Crew are worried that there could be a boost over the Sage Wall. Crew are worried that there could be players grouping up, waiting for it to drop. And instead, they leave Market open with the door closed. And Loud have just burst through it, and they run the map. It feels a little bit like Lotus, where this slow, contacty style, Crew are struggling against it.
I mean, you are playing directly into the hand of Lucio, aren't you? It's 15 kills to his name.
Notably, Heat is not going for that double blast pack play into tiles.
No. Don't want to get punished again.
Already tried that one once.
Lucio, you are alone when you're doing this. They are given a lot of space. But he just misses the timing onto that one. So, punished for his hubris.
I don't think that recon was where it was supposed to be.
No,
from
that just went against the box, so they're not even going to get the information onto this. Sadak is very much alone. TP, it's a punish. Quick onto it. Tikazine and Erde just from the side.
And there's the value of the Sage again. You can just wall off short and lets you get in way easier.
Hammering in the bullets. Little layers towards it too. Darker TP'd on top of that wall.
Heat with a showstopper. He's going to go for it.
Okay, satchel movement is going a bit of miss. The rocket doesn't though. It's going to be claiming a life, and it does deny the plant for now. Still danger in this round. Loud, not out of it just yet. Nade sailing, rebounding. It's beautiful work. Hold on, trying to twist and turn towards it. Loud contain it all.
Great round from Tikazine at the end there. He's got that killer instinct. Knows that he needs to backstab the team as they go for the pressure onto the plant. They lure Crew back out into the open, and Tikazine has the punish. The attack side has looked really well put together for Loud here. It was their defense where they struggled on Lotus. But Romanilli is happy about it, I think. It's hard to tell. But that's what I do when I'm happy.
Loud. Everything's worked out in their favor, really.
Les has a Bucky, but he's got his Sheriff out at the moment.
Yeah, rarely a thing's gone wrong. Going forwards. That wall's not going to be doing much for that one, is it? Tikazine, killer instinct is right. There's zero hesitancy. Ready to just run it all the way down and just make sure that they can destroy them. That is a risky TP.
What are we doing there?
Not too sure.
Darker's having some fun.
And now deep plays into spawn. Tikazine, he's feeling it. He's got a hot hand. Taking liberties now with the positioning and the plays. Goes down, Luke Shaw happy to fill in the gaps. And Sadak, poor Sadak. He's left to pick up the pieces in a round like this.
Cover going out.
He's going to make some very decent go of things, though.
The one way there, just in case his opponent was on a really high ladder.
There's 9-3.
Good try, though.
It is a good try. And
well,
Loud, listen, they're being rewarded for the grit, the determination.
They have dominated this attack side. And the ideas with Erda's Sage have been lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, I said at the start of this, less on Sage, words to scare a 2021 Loud fan. He is struggling out there on the defense side. I hope they've come up with some equally good attack side ideas as Loud. This Crew comp, it should be attack-sided, but a 9-3 deficit, that is a mountain to climb.
Yeah, good luck to them. We'll find out on the other side of things just what they can do. all that pain and suffering that they went through on Breeze, dragging it. That 17-15 OT win for Loud to take us to sunset now is paying off. It's coming to fruition. 9-3 is the half that we're looking at now. The second half underway momentarily.
KRU will be sat there thinking this should have been a 2-0. We should have closed it out on Breeze. Never should have let it get to sunset. But they've got to focus on their attack half. That was where they managed to get all of their rounds on Lotus. They were at a 7-5 deficit. Now, it wasn't as bad as a 9-3. This is particularly poor. But if they can put together a pistol, their composition with the double duelist, with the Sage, no Senti, in theory, it should be thriving on this half.
The pistol, though, almost a requirement, really.
Yeah, they need it.
Shaka, information to be gathered. He's going to play his life in the process. Layers down a nice little smoke. Anything to delay the inevitable push here, but they've already got bodies and players in position. Luke Show, TP back up onto the high ground now to Dart. Dealt with, but not too quickly now. Deep into the back of the side. Loud! It's over in a blink of an eye. Let's see if it can be accounted for with Sadak drifting in from the side. Already 2 kills. Weaving in and out now, looking for the next follow-up onto these players. But Loud once more. It's a statement piece of a pistol.
Darker grabbed so much information for them early on. They knew that that B hit was coming a mile before it happened.
Yeah, 3 players already in position, right?
Yeah, there were tons of players there. And that's what ends up resulting in this cascade of kills. It's a nice angle from Luke Show as well, but it's mostly these players in backside that actually get the job done. Why are they there? Because Darker grabbed the info early and didn't get punished for it. Well, you have to force in a spot like this. You have to. And it all comes down to this round.
Questions about the strength of KRU's map pool resurfacing again. We prompted it a little bit earlier here, but they're going to look to see if they can at least even things out. They can earn a round here. It really is all in. It's everything being tossed towards it. Plan down, wall intact, but the spam, no! I spoke too soon. Plan not down at all. It's an open plan, which is optimistic at best. Tigazine. It's running a mockery over things now. This guy with just a bulldog in hand, lighting them all up.
The push, though, from KRU through their own Sage wall.
They're making a lot of noise, though. It's going to be heard.
Davi hears it, but they might not want to contest it.
Tigazine, this guy is relentless. Doesn't want to give up even an inch. Beautiful to see. Puts his body on the line and secured a round for the team.
And it's another day at the office for Loud. Up enormously here.
Yeah.
Up 8 rounds, an 11-3 lead. After they had to scrimp and save to be able to get through Breeze. They had so many opportunities to close it. It looked like it was going to slip away. And now they find themselves very comfortably in control. And you are so right with talking about the map pool and the depth of it. This is a brand new map coming back in. And KRU look, I mean, out of their depth on the defense side, but like they won't even have an opportunity to show us the attack.
No. It's all gone wrong.
They're going to have to force every single round, and this one is scraps.
See how they manage it.
If they manage it, I think Loud are prepped to slam the door in their face.
Yeah, they certainly are. Buy forward. It's a good stun as well. It just relieves that pressure once more, Darker. It's aware of the fact that there could be a little bit of a timing here. Out towards elbow. Paranoia sweeps. Crudo lining all the way up for this one, and then look at that! It's unreal!
Darker on Omen. Absolutely cooking. They've had some really cute ideas. He's had some unusual ults, but overall, it has been a great adjustment to have him pick up the Omen and Erda on the Sage. They've had good ideas, good execution. They deserve this win. And what a blow this is for KRU. Because if there was any hope of them possibly generating enough champs points to be able to make it on that basis, they might be dead in the water already. Yeah, early doors.
Had to start strong here, didn't it? With the opening game of stage 2. Slow orb for a slow orb, they'll cancel it out. Loud just need one more.
Enemy down.
W. Where's he got that one from? Through mid. Davi gone and punished. Luke Show, though, he does have... He's out of range of the rendezvous, I believe. Yeah, it's miles away.
He's just super confident.
Very confident.
And he also knows that everybody on the other team is going to be using light armor because their money is just so squeezed. It's only Les who's got full armor, and that's because he's got a Sheriff.
Tigazin's just walking down mid. And slowly once more, it is by a few of these players, but they just turn their heads at the wrong timing. This is just ridiculous. The newcomer to the stage at the DTB. Oh! Daka!
He's getting funky with it.
We were critiquing you earlier, but now just Heat and Les left to put up any sort of resistance, any sort of stance. Spike in his hands, they are split up though. There's a wedge in the middle of the map, which Loud contain. Luke Shaw hunting for that game of time. He's missed his mark just for now. Overdrive now going to be popped off here, but he's... Oh!
Spike down.
Nothing's going right. And it's an inevitability at this point for Les. He realizes it. Stoicism on his face, but this is basically curtains. This is the job done. All that hard work for Loud, it pays off in the end. 13-3 being that finish. Sunset claimed, and a fantastic beginning to Stage 2.
Sadak and Les return back to Americas, get an opportunity to face up against their former organization. It's all new names, it's all new faces, and they slap them down on Sunset. Again, another series where KRU can only put the win together on Lotus, the map that they've been great at all year. They really have. But the map pool issues are going to continue being a storyline for this team. They could have closed it out 2-0. They absolutely could have. But as soon as it went to Sunset, Loud in full control.
They were cooking. They had ideas. Countless ones of that. Love at the end of the day between these two teams, as we were saying. These players are going to be familiar with each other all the way throughout, but today it's all Loud. Wonderful win for them.
Great debut for their new players as well.
Yeah, it is.